plosives and sibilants.
Oof. Okay, that hurts. Oh, okay, no more.
How high is your headphone?
It's really high.
Well, turn it down. Why is it double R's?
That's
Turn
so
it down.
No, it's more for me, so I know what my audio is relative to you guys without hearing my own normal voice.
Oh, I see.
So we need to get you some noise canceling.
Yeah, you're trying to cancel it out.
Yeah, exactly. Because I'm not able to hear you guys with my normal voice. No. You don't need to buy anything. It's fine. This will be our solution for now. Okay?
Just turning it way the fuck up.
Yes. Because as long as you're not going, oh God, why did I do that?
As long as you're not doing what, Peter?
Okay. I'll turn it down a little bit.
Okay.
How about, this is, okay, good.
Huh?
Because before I wouldn't be able to hear myself at all through the headphones because my normal talking voice was just that fucking loud. You know what I mean? So this is okay. Go again. Okay, that's manageable. Hi, welcome to another episode of the Control Salt Delete podcast, a video game podcast with your favorite people, Peter Park, Tony Brattoli,
That's right.
and Matthew Griego.
Are we doing accents?
I don't know.
I
Is
don't
that an
know what that
accent?
was.
I don't know if that was. But today,
It was like sort of southern for a second, and then wasn't.
the day of this
You're
recording,
doing it again.
Oh, what?
is Thursday, April 19th. I'm just going to go over and go ahead and
Yeah,
just
please.
steamroll these
Just
guys
take
as they're
us-
talking,
Take us out.
Yeah, just take
Or
us.
bring us in.
Wait, what?
Bring us in.
Take us out is the end of something, right?
All right, that's it.
Take me
See you next
out.
week.
Oh shit, Franz Ferdinand. I haven't heard that song in a while.
Mhm.
I used to listen to them a lot, actually.
What does it mean, play us out? What does that mean?
What does it mean? We're
Play-
doing it live.
Wait, doesn't play us out mean like it's like music?
To end the show?
We're doing it live.
Is this a reference? I get your
Yeah.
reference, Matt. I don't
No,
know if
that is
the same
That's how it began.
Oh, is that how it goes?
Like he was
Oh.
reading
What does that mean to play us out?
He was reading the teleprompter and he's just like, to play us. What does that mean? Fuck it. We're doing it live.
Isn't that like a really common saying?
Yeah,
like
it's
playing
extremely
us out?
common.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sting is going to play us out. That's,
But yeah,
that's
didn't
show
he,
business.
thing sucks.
didn't he completely get it by the end?
Yeah,
Like,
no, he nailed it when he's like, fuck it, we're doing it
Yeah,
live.
I'm going to write it, and that's it.
I'm going to do it. We're doing it live.
Jeez, that guy's quite the character. Is he still does he still work for Fox?
No, he got fired from sexual harassment allegations.
Hello.
Oh, I kind of vaguely remember that now.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
Wait, this is what?
Oh, was that during the wave of like, people were like,
Yeah.
No,
It was-
it was earlier than that.
was it earlier than that?
It was like a couple years before that movement.
I don't know about a couple of years,
I think
but I think it was all snowballing.
Well, someone with the internet phone can confirm that, but how was your guys' weeks? Good?
It was good. Yeah, sure.
All right. Well, I'll just start real
Good.
quick. It's nothing too eventful. I finally sent out my RAM sticks. I know I've been procrastinating on that a lot, just mostly because I didn't want to have a non-functioning computer because my computer was able to do like 80% of the functions that it could off of 8 gigs of RAM, except for important things such as streaming. But yeah, I was able to still like play most games pretty well. Just, if I had something on my second monitor, it would start like kind of hiccuping, kind of slowing down, So yeah, but yeah, I finally sent that out. I got, it was suggested to have a warranty and tracking number on the shipment because, RAM ain't cheap. And if that shit gets lost, I'm going to be out a bunch of money, So, yeah, that was great because, it only cost $9. Got a tracking number on the receipt. Only issue is that the ink on the receipt actually rubbed out somehow.
Lovely.
So I don't have a tracking number, just a highlight over where the tracking number used to be. Which is weird because I didn't even have the tracking number. Or it's not like I had that receipt rubbing against anything. It's almost like it came like pre-faded or some shit.
Well, it could be that when they tried to highlight it, they like rubbed it out.
I don't know. I could barely make out any of the numbers. So I
Lovely.
don't have a tracking number, and I'm really hoping that Corsair receives my RAM.
I'm sure
And
it'll be fine.
I'm not gonna lie, I was a little paranoid that I even had RAM in the box in the first place because I put my RAM inside of like a bubble envelope, like a padded envelope, and then I put that inside of a small box with bubble wrap just to be extra protective. Thanks, Tony, by the way.
Yeah.
And
Should work.
it was so light that like as I handed it to the cashier, I was like, "Is there anything even fucking in here? Did I possibly like duct tape the wrong box or some shit?" Like, because it was so light. But then I went home and I checked, around my room. There's no sign of my RAM anywhere. So yeah, I think I sent my RAM out. I think so.
Yeah, it should be fine.
And on another note, this might be a little. This story might be a little gnarly, a little graphic, but
like totally tubular gnarly
warning.
or like
Warning.
yeah, this is a
Warning.
graphic warning. Did I tell you guys I set traps in my attic, like rat traps?
oh yeah.
You said you killed a few more last week.
Well,
But
no,
not all of them.
Yeah, you were talking about how much it was going to cost to get an exterminator out there.
Yeah,
Oh.
so you put traps.
no, but I didn't actually kill any yet. I think I set the traps, but I didn't actually.
You had found one dead because of like leaves or something. You had
Yeah.
stuffed in
Okay,
there.
so I didn't tell you. Okay, so I went back up there to check on the traps, and we found one of the traps actually worked. They got a rat, but the weird thing, or the fucked up thing, was the rat was no longer in the trap when we found it. It was because we put the rat traps, which were the traditional kind where they like snap shut and break their necks or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
We put those inside of boxes because my mom was worried that after
Blood.
they died, the blood splatter or like whatever decomposition wouldn't like leak onto the attic. And well, good thing my mom said that because that's exactly what happened. There's a rat in the corner with its entire stomach cavity ripped open and eaten. So
Ugh.
yeah, his rat buddies,
Cannibalism.
yeah, basically ate most of that body, and it was pretty fucked up. And yeah, it's pretty good. But there are still rats in my attic because I could hear them crawling around at night. So we're gonna have to work on that because the main issue is that there are parts of my attic that just are only insulation, and there's no like actual place to like walk around without falling through the fucking roof. So we're gonna have to figure that out.
You can put some boards down.
I did charge my mom $10,000 for a lifetime warranty. So
good. Yeah.
So that rat problem is mine permanent. I'm just kidding. I actually charge $10,000. It was only like $5,000. But anyway, yeah, I've been dealing with that, which is not great. And I've still been watching The Office, and I didn't realize The Office was so fucking long. I think it's like over 200 episodes. I'm in the middle of season 7, and holy shit, Scott's Tots. That episode is pure agony. Do you know Scott's Tots, Matt?
I've never watched. The
Okay, so
Office.
Scott's Tots. So Michael Scott is Steve Carell,
Yes.
and he's the manager of The Office. There is apparently like 10 years. Like he basically promised a bunch of third graders that he would pay for their college tuition if they graduated high school. And the episode basically opens with like him realizing that these third graders that he made promises to had just turned 18. And this class full of 8th grade, I think it was like 15 kids or something. So basically he owed 15 kids college tuition. And these, yeah, this class is like fully in on it, thinking that he's going to make good on his promise. And like, they did this whole presentation for him. They did a song going like, what you gonna do? You're gonna make our dreams come true, or something like that. It was like freaking agonizing, and I literally was like clutching my face in pain because it was just so cringe, and like yeah. So a lot of The Office is that, but it was pretty enjoyable. I think there's like 9 seasons total, so like I'm getting to the tail end of The Office finally because I've never actually finished it. I think season 7 is actually the farthest I got last time I started watching it. But other than that, I saw an article on Reddit about how, or not an article. Yeah, it was an article on our movie subreddit about how Forgetting Sarah Marshall is like one of the best modern comedies of our time. And I was like, oh shit, I haven't seen Forgetting Sarah Marshall in a while.
I have it.
Yeah, it's a great
So
movie.
good.
It's on Netflix too. And then I rewatched it and I was like, so good. And then I forgot that the main character's name was actually Peter. And then the only painful thing is like, this is not like an always fun movie to watch when you're single, just because a lot of the scenes are really relatable from like the single aspect.
That's probably the point, though.
But then Peter, gets with the hot girl at the end, while real life Peter is still eating straight from a bag of Cheetos.
I guess you just
In
have
his
to go to
under-
Hawaii.
Yeah, I just need to go to Hawaii and have
There you go.
have a successful
Go to the Alps.
successful music recording career. And I don't
Go
know,
to Stad.
make a
Mm-hmm.
make a Dracula puppet music rock show thing.
I'd be impressed.
Yeah, I mean, it was, dude. That movie's real great, and I'm planning on watching I Love You Man 2 soon. Like, dude, Paul Rudd and Jason Segel, such great chemistry.
Good. Yeah.
So good, so strong. I love it. It's real good, dude. So, I kind of want to binge more of these like movies that I really liked, like years ago, and then just
Just see if they hold up too.
yeah,
Would be one of them.
yeah, definitely. But at the same time, I'm kind of scared of doing that, just because there's movies that you know.
For me, Wedding Crashers, always. I will watch that a million times.
Yeah. Okay. I need to rewatch. I watched that. I think the last time I watched it was with you, actually, Tony.
Probably.
But I don't even remember the last time I watched it. It's been so long. Is that the one where like the naked bridesmaids are hitting the bed in the beginning?
No.
Oh
Is that Swingers? No.
no, it's
It's the one with Vince Vaughn.
Yeah, Owen Wilson. Right in the beginning, they're in a hearing of sorts.
Oh no, that is Wedding Crashers. Like
Yeah,
there's
it's Wedding
a
Crashers.
montage of naked girls hitting the bed.
It's so they can get that R rating real quick.
That must have been the uncut version.
Yeah, probably. But yeah,
Yeah, that would make
is the movie.
sense since they
Yeah.
were all
Yeah, I was like, I don't
naked.
remember that in the theatrical one.
What was
Yeah.
it, rated R or PG-13?
I don't remember.
Because I feel like that was the only
I feel like it
reason.
should be R.
I feel like that was the only reason why it was really rated R, though, other than like maybe foul language.
They cut that out, so it
I
wasn't.
know,
that
yeah.
bad.
So that's why I'm wondering if the theatrical version was like PG-13 then.
I think it was R still.
Was
I
it
think it's
still?
the number of curse words.
Because of themes and curse words, yeah.
Oh, sexual themes. I guess that makes sense.
I think
All right.
the only comedy for me that's held up for like a long time is Ace Ventura.
Oh,
Specifically the second
shit.
one.
Yeah, when nature calls.
I need a.
Oh, man, that's a
okay,
good movie.
I think Jim Carrey's films, specifically his comedies, are like films I'm kind of scared to rewatch.
Liar, liar. I
I
could always
actually
watch that one
I
too.
watched Liar Liar recently. That was still really good. The Mask. Do you think that holds up? Because it doesn't.
I like it, but no.
Okay,
It's-
because I know it had a lot of like CGI, which probably didn't.
Well, I mean, even if you look past CGI, I think it's just the style of that movie and the concept of it just isn't as funny as some of it's just like actual real life
Don't get me wrong.
nonsense.
I love The Mask, but
Oh yeah.
it doesn't. It doesn't
What? Okay,
hold
Not
up.
compared
Dumb
to
and
the other.
Dumber
No.
That
That is, yes,
it
holds up.
that's still hilarious.
Still holds up. Okay.
Yeah.
What? Because I know like movies like I think The Truman Show holds up.
Oh yes, that was
If anything,
great.
I feel like The Truman Show would be more relevant than ever.
Yep,
Yeah. Yeah.
it's surprisingly.
Yeah, like the
Forecasting.
surveillance state kind of. Yeah.
Hmm.
The Majestic I know was a drama. Is that still good?
I liked that movie.
Are we just talking about all of his movies
Yeah.
in general?
Yeah, that they still hold up.
I think The Majestic would. I mean, it's about a theater.
Okay.
What was the
Cable Guy was the only film by him that I was not really.
Oh, I love the Cable Guy.
I didn't really like Cable Guy.
That was pretty good, Tony.
pretty
Not
good.
gonna lie.
And I was like,
what was
I think Me, Myself, and Irene doesn't
Are
hold
you
up.
going, Steven?
no? But what was the one that he was in? Was like
Steven.
depressing. He was like going through a breakthrough and wanted to like erase his memories.
Oh, the Eternal
Eternal
Sunshine of the
Sunshine?
Spotless
Yeah.
Mind. That
Yeah.
movie fucking holds
So
the fuck
good.
up. But it's one of those movies where you don't want to watch it again because it's so depressing.
Yeah, it's really good, but damn, I don't want to
It's
watch
so
it.
good, but I would not watch it again. It's just one of those films. Like I can't watch Schindler's List again.
Oh man,
Yeah.
Soul crushing.
Yeah.
It's
stuff
so
like that.
good,
No,
but at the
That
same
also
time,
like what else? Fucking like Grave of the Fireflies. Oh, we could go all day with this shit. But
every Pixar movie's beginning and end, pretty much.
no, okay,
Except I
not
can't watch
all
that
the
on-
beginnings. Some of the beginnings are okay. I think
Okay, the
Up
beginning
started. I think Up started the trend of like heartbreaking beginnings, though.
Oh my god.
Actually, is there any movie that has quite as sad of a beginning as Up? I don't think Inside Out had a sad beginning, did it?
No, it didn't have a sad beginning. It
It
had
became sad.
Well, I mean that's Pixar.
Yeah.
What about Zootopia?
Finding Nemo, actually.
Oh, true.
Yes.
But that's older than Up, right?
Yes.
Yeah, significantly actually, right?
yeah, it came out
Yeah.
in 2001.
Yeah, I want to say it
It's
came out in
2002.
middle school or something, right?
Yeah, it was one of their earlier films.
Okay.
Yeah, that holds
That
up.
movie's actually really beautiful. Then I think about it for 2000.
For its time, it's really good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Pixar.
I think Up and Finding Nemo are like the only ones that actually start off with something tragic, and then make more tragic things happen along the way.
Yeah.
We
Because
always end up at Pixar, don't we? Somehow.
I mean, they're so relatable, those movies.
I
They're
mean,
not even relatable, just good.
and we're also Californians, which I feel like might have to do with
So we have a
kind of
bias
stuff.
for
Yeah, it's
good
some
CGI
of the
movies.
stuff that we're like exposed to.
Speaking of these things, though, I did the Disney bracket, and it was Coco.
My man.
I don't even have to do it to figure that out.
Just for you listeners out there, me and Matt just high fives. Wasn't sure if you guys heard
Hold
that.
on, let me.
The viewers, you mean?
Did you hear that? Did you get that?
Don't you dare tell me. All right, but before we go on this
We have to
tangent for
appease
a
the viewers.
billion years, well, how was your week, Matt?
This week was mostly a lot of traffic. Like, I don't know what it is. This week in particular,
It was bad.
it's so bad. It every day there were crashes on the 405. Every day. And like, it didn't matter, like, because my office is pretty cool and like they'll let me work from home to like wait out traffic if I want. So I did that a couple times this week. And like, it didn't matter when I checked. There was just crashes on the 405, crashes on the 405, a new one. Every time I checked, it's like, how are these people doing this?
Yeah.
These people are so impatient that they can't like merge or
Imagine if
do any of
the
that
car
kind of stuff.
towing the crash
if that
also got
it.
into the accident, you know?
Oh god.
Oh man,
It's like some
I'm
Final
sure that's happened
Destination
before.
shit. Yeah, of course.
I don't know what it is, but today, like going north on it, like getting to the it's actually getting to the freeway was the worst part. Like there was a stretch of road to get to the 405 on ramp near where I work, and it was only like a mile long, and on Google Maps it showed it as all red. I'm like, okay, at least it's only like a mile, right? It took me 25 minutes to go that 1 mile to get onto the 405. And there were no alternative routes because they were all like that. And it's just like, who designed this city, man?
Who designed Los Angeles? They really need to get slapped for not allocating subway
I'm sure there
space.
are a lot of civil engineers on that one.
Dude,
Yeah.
we just need public transportation.
Yeah, a LART would be great.
Yeah. Like,
Um,
literally, if you took our freeways and just put subway stations like along most of those routes, God, imagine.
I just want them
They
to
have
make
it
a
on the
double-decker
210.
405.
The orange line goes across the 210.
I don't care about the 210, man.
Yeah.
But double-decker 405. Just two of them. It should cut traffic in half, technically, right?
Teleportation.
There you go.
And
There.
it would also literally cut it in half when it falls.
Yeah. Well, it wouldn't cut it in half. It'd smash it in half. Yeah. That's the problem with building upwards in California is that big one might be coming.
We are expanding it though. Like the 5 is getting some pretty nice
It
treatment.
honestly, it almost makes me wonder, like maybe the huge delay on creating a public transportation system
It's
is
because
because
of earthquake safety?
they're waiting for the big one to hit or something.
No, I don't think that would be it. I think it's mostly just where do you put it?
Does the big one
You know?
is the big one only projected to affect like California or?
Well,
Does
it's going to be the whole San Andreas fault, which might
which
cause
is California, basically.
Yeah.
Okay, I was wondering how far along the west coast it extends. Like, will
well,
it hit Oregon or
San
like
Andreas
Washington?
fault is almost. I think it is the entire state, pretty much.
No, but that's why I'm wondering.
The
Will
other-
it extend beyond our state? Like the
yes,
damage?
The damage might extend beyond it. The other thing too is if it is big enough, it'll actually cause like
California to sink or something?
no, it'll cause like not tsunamis, but I guess just tidal waves, and it could potentially hit Hawaii as well because of that.
Jesus.
Yeah, Hawaii gets hit by a lot of stuff from different angles.
I can imagine.
It's in the middle of the Pacific Ocean. I mean, if there's a tidal wave, chances are it's going to hit Hawaii. But yeah, that's hopefully, fingers crossed, knock on wood, not going to happen anytime soon or ever. Actually, would be preferred. You know.
You know,
There have been quakes every now and then.
Yeah,
like,
there was a 5.5 not too long ago.
yeah,
Yeah.
I felt that my neighbor, this guy named Neeks, did not feel it. So I almost thought that I was
didn't either. I
losing
was
my mind.
home.
Yeah.
Everyone was
I
like,
was home when it happened, but it was very minor here. It was more noticeable, I think, farther east than where we are.
Because I felt it. So,
Yeah,
yeah.
but it wasn't like big. I could just tell the move like wasn't
Yeah, I could
like
just feel
me
my bed kind of shaking, you know?
Yeah,
Like the swaying in your body.
yeah. My cats were not very happy about it.
My dogs didn't notice.
that's so weird.
Really?
I was
Yeah.
home, and everyone was saying, "Did you feel the earthquake today?" I'm like, "There was an earthquake today."
Well, the other thing too is this sounds crazy to some people that have never felt an earthquake before, but I think as Californians, a lot of the time when we feel an earthquake, we just don't give a shit anymore.
Unless it's like an 8.0.
Yeah, unless it's actually
I still
moving
kind of
things.
internally freak out because I'm like, is this
the one?
Is this gonna?
I just mean like if it's
Is
not
this like a precursor? You know?
if it's not doing like the Jurassic Park dinosaur approaching, kind of shaking a glass kind of thing to me, I don't give a shit. Like, and it's funny because anytime there's anyone from out of state that comes here and feels their first earthquake, they're like freaking out. It's like, oh my god, it's an earthquake, and it's like a 1.0, and everyone's like, yeah, it happens.
I mean, I'm the same way going on the East Coast.
Oh yeah.
I don't want to be in those storms.
Oh heck no.
It reminds me, dude. There was like an earthquake several years ago where like it was not that big of a deal, except it loosened like one single brick that fell and hit someone in the head and killed them, man. Like,
Yeah.
it's like fuck. I think it was literally a single fatality and it was caused by one brick. Like, how unlucky can you be?
Yeah.
Sucks.
It's like being struck by lightning twice.
Exactly. Except the lightning, brick-shaped lightning.
I think that's actually happened to someone. Someone
Yeah.
got struck by lightning twice, but they survived.
Yeah, they have this crazy like.
Oh yeah, the scars that they get from
Looks
that.
like lightning
Really
bolts.
cool looking.
I think I read that article, but it was like lightning struck by man struck by
lightning twice.
yeah, man struck by lightning twice buys a lotto ticket or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Should buy a lotto ticket, something like. But yeah, traffic. Going back to that, real shitty this week. I actually like didn't get into the office till pretty late a couple times, just because traffic never got good, and it was always bad. Like,
My traffic should get good.
yeah, it should get good,
Shit.
but it's so bad. Other than that, this weekend, yeah, I just hand my cat to the ground. This past weekend, I'm trying to think what I did. I didn't do too much. There was like an art fair kind of thing.
I totally misheard you. I thought you said this past week. I'm trying to think what I didn't. I was like,
what I
is
didnn't.
Is that how much shit
what
you
I
did?
didn't
Damn.
do.
Art fair, sorry.
Yeah, there was an art fair. Didn't really buy anything because I'm sure you guys can tell, but most of my walls are covered with stuff.
They are now. Yep.
Well, you
there's
got a
one-
lot of posters up. I
Yeah.
feel like you should, that space around it that's not covered,
just put more of it
just
up.
more.
Okay.
Yeah. In fact, you should only like where the posters are currently hanging. You should have nothing there as negative space.
Well, this one in particular was a lot about animators because my girlfriend's in animation, so we went to this art fair. None of us bought anything except for someone bought a pin, I think. So wasn't that exciting of a thing. There was only like one small section for animators, and the rest was like random art show crap kind of stuff.
Oh, it's kind of
You
like
know
the
what I mean?
art show people that would show up to every single thing that's even vaguely related.
Yeah. In fact, actually, the nicest thing I saw there, which besides the animation, like drawings and art books and all that stuff, was this set of like building blocks where it was like handmade and looks like castle stuff. It was actually pretty nice, but really, I didn't want to spend the amount of money he was asking for some building blocks that I would use,
Right.
and then the cats would knock over. And then that's really not a whole lot this week. Just bad traffic, art show, and we'll get into what else we did later this week.
It kind of okay. So like the art vendor thing, it
Yeah.
totally reminds me of like my experience of like when I went to Anime Expo one year and I checked out like the Artist Alley deal.
Yeah,
And I was like,
or-
oh, this is so cool. All these artists and like there's like their posters. Like it was really
Yeah,
cool.
yeah.
Like walking up and down them and check out the different vendors and like their work. And then I went to Comic Con
Comic-Con. They had the
like
same
the year
thing there.
after, and I was like, wait, these are like the exact same people. Like,
Yeah.
what the fuck?
Yeah, there's a couple cons that I've gone to. Comic Con's one of them. Designer Con's another one, and I definitely saw some familiar faces.
Yeah, I was.
Yeah, TwitchCon too.
Oh, and then TwitchCon, and I was just like,
Yeah.
these are the exact same people
Same.
again. Like literally, I was trying to remember which con I went to where I was just like,
Yeah, it
I'm
was
getting this
TwitchCon.
like fucking deja vu feeling. I'm like, I swear to God, I've seen these like exact same artists almost in this exact same like configuration.
Yep.
Yeah, they tend to book the events.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. But it's just like I guess at a certain point, it's just like, okay, what's new? So it's like,
They do bring new art when they make it,
But,
but
I mean,
they also just have everything else they've ever done.
yeah,
so.
new people keep going to these things, so they're
no,
gonna sell.
no, it makes sense. I'm not saying they shouldn't come to every con. I mean, from a business
should.
perspective, they should be going to every con. But it's just like for me, I was just like, it was just this weird feeling. Like, I swear to God, like I feel like I've been here before.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah, I know what you mean.
yeah. But yeah, Tony, how's your week?
It was good. So Sunday we went to Disneyland, and that was actually the first time that I went there with a wheelchair.
Why'd you have a wheelchair?
So Tori messed up her ankle a while ago. So
Oh,
she
no.
was wearing her boot. So she could walk and everything, but that would have been super awkward. It's basically like wearing a
Oh, that's right. I did see her
platform
with that.
shoe on one foot
Yeah.
and then a sock on the other.
And especially since you're walking around all the time, that would be
Yeah,
like
just like
you'd be like
clumpy.
fucking hobbling everywhere.
Yeah.
Well,
Like
it hurts-
Quasimodo.
It would hurt
Exactly.
your hips eventually, for
Yeah.
sure.
So we got a wheelchair and I pushed her around all day. But the benefit of that, you just kind of walk into the exit and get on the ride.
Well, that
don't they
is
make
kinda
you wait
nice.
still the length?
Yeah, a little bit, but no.
Not even compared to like a regular line, right?
Not even. So the first ride we went on was Pinocchio. We just literally went into the exit.
Oh, those ones in particular,
we
they
waited
never
for like
make you
2
wait.
cars and then we just got on.
Yeah,
And
they
there
never
was a
make
whole
you wait.
line. It
there.
was like 30 minutes.
Did I ride Pinocchio? I did ride Pinocchio,
did.
right? And
You
it was
did.
like a
Yeah, we
fucking.
talked
It was a
about it.
nightmare ride. Yeah, it was a
Yeah.
nightmare ride. Totally.
Yeah, we did a lot of the Final Fantasy rides.
I thought you were gonna say Final
Hell
Destination
yeah.
rides. I was like, what the? I mean, you're
The
not. You're
Fantasyland-
not wrong,
Fantasyland rides.
Hell yeah.
dude. I would go to a Final Fantasy themed theme park.
No,
Oh, fuck
we
yeah.
rode.
Dude, yeah. Go ahead. Sorry.
We did 5 or 6 rides in 20 minutes.
I want to ride a Kingdom Hearts
Dang,
ride.
yeah.
Do they have a Disney Japan?
Yes, Tokyo Disney.
But it's not. So funny enough, that one's actually not owned by Disney.
Do they have
buy
King-
the rights
do
to
they-
use their.
Do they have Kingdom Hearts shit there?
No. I mean, they probably might sell merchandise, but they don't have any attractions that are Kingdom Hearts based.
I kind of want to go to Disney France or Paris.
That seems
Disney.
like a fucking
Disney
shame.
Paris actually sounds like one of the better ones if you like thrill rides. They have a lot of really good roller coasters.
It also
and
has like
stuff.
Ratatouille.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I think they have a Wall-E thing there.
Don't know
Maybe,
about that.
but they have stuff like from other movies. Granted, all these movies have come out.
Disney
so-
only has so much room to expand where they are
Well,
in
Small
California.
World, they got to put them in. Like Coco, they'll put that in the Mexico section probably.
Yeah, that's true.
And some other stuff. Moana's not in there in Hawaii.
Wait, there's a whole. Wait, what?
In Small World, they go through all the different nationalities and like places, you know.
Oh, right. I don't like that ride because
no,
it
yeah, but
also seems like a
it's-
fucking nightmare.
But they
It
did
is-
renovate it and they put in like actual Disney characters. In
Yeah,
it.
like they have Milan, they have
Yeah,
Okay,
Mulan
that's
and
cool.
Mushu and
I would kind of
Woody
be down
and
to
Jesse.
check that out then.
Like
yeah, it's I mean it is what it
It's
is.
still
It's
Small
not good, but
we
It's
also
fun
walked
enough,
up right
I
on that one
guess.
too.
Well, I just. That's just kind of how I feel about most Disneyland rides, I guess.
whoa, man. Whoa.
They just
Whoa.
feel like they all kind
Whoa.
of blow.
Whoa.
I think you'd like California Adventure more.
Well,
once,
yeah.
once they're
I'm
done
more
with
of
the
I'm more of like a
San Francisco
thrill
thing.
seeker kind of dude, you know.
Yeah. So Space Mountain and
And
Thunder
Disneyland's
Mountain.
fucking expensive.
Yeah, it is. It
It's
is.
just
But we're spoiled with the past. So it
like
doesn't matter.
I honestly only see myself going there if I ever date someone that's really into Disneyland.
So me. Okay.
And well, yeah, well, both of you, right?
I don't know how much Kelsey's into Disneyland.
Is Kelsey really not into Disneyland?
Not really.
Oh, okay.
I mean, the last time I went there is with Tony.
For
and you.
yeah, okay. Well,
Oh yeah, the Dapper Day.
no.
no, your
No, no, no.
fucking
Oh.
engagement,
December.
Tony.
That's the last time we went.
Yeah. No, it's not. You went this weekend.
Well, before that. We hadn't gone since I proposed to her.
Well,
Okay.
I'm assuming it's because you guys are fairly busy this year.
We are, yeah.
So,
Yeah.
anyways, what else did you do?
Worked.
Okay.
I watched a lot of shows. Last week I finished all of what Hulu has for My Hero Academia.
How is that show?
I like it. It's your typical anime though. This kid who has nothing is given a great power, learns how to control it, and becomes the greatest
So it's like Gurren
Hero.
Lagann, but with magic and
greatest
heroes.
hero of all time.
It's very shonen, but I would say what kind of sets it apart from other anime is that it's very focused around superheroes.
Yeah, it's a superhero anime.
You know, like
Okay.
like kind of like the Marvel style superheroes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like there's not a lot of like Japanese traditionalism around it. You know.
Yeah, it's cool. I like it a lot.
And what else did you watch?
I watched season 2 of Jessica Jones.
Nice.
I watched season 2 of Santa Clarita Diet.
What's that?
That's the one where they eat people or are vampires or something?
Oh,
So
right.
Drew Barrymore is the main person. She dies and becomes undead.
There was a season 1 of that.
right.
Yes, there was.
Undead. That's right. That's
Is it a
right.
Netflix thing?
Yeah.
Okay.
Netflix exclusive. It's funny. It's actually comedy, a very gory comedy.
What
It's
was
good kind of comedy.
What was the last thing Drew Barrymore was in?
That.
No, I mean
Charlie's Angels.
that's legitimately the last thing I remember her being in.
She's been in more things, but
Then
she's not
Her
the
co-star.
most
Wait, was she in
prominent.
that?
Charlie's Angels?
Yeah.
Yeah.
With
Oh,
Lucy-
Lucy Liu and
I was thinking of what's her face? The other one that's not Lucy Liu, Drew Barrymore.
those are
Halle Berry.
those
No.
are the three. Those are the three angels.
No, I said Lucy Liu and Drew Barrymore.
Oh.
Halle Berry.
No. It's that girl.
It wasn't Halle Berry.
It's shit. There's something about Mary.
Cameron Diaz.
Yes, she was one, right?
Yes, she was.
Okay.
Yeah.
That was the name I was trying to remember. I was gonna say I was trying to remember who it is besides Lucy Liu and Drew Barrymore, and Matt's like that. Those are the three. I was like, wait, what?
Well,
Halle Berry
you
was the
said
third
other
one.
than those two, and I was like, well, then that means we already know all three. But
Right.
yeah,
Sorry.
Yeah, lots of shows.
Yes, go ahead.
I'm also most halfway through season 6 of New Girl.
New Girl.
You gotta remind me who's in it.
Zoe Deschanel.
Right. How many seasons is that?
Oh yeah.
They have 7, but only 6 are on Netflix.
Is it good?
I like it. It's really funny.
That's a lot of.
Have you like watched a show and binge watched the whole thing even though it was bad?
No.
No.
Have I done that?
I've definitely like watched movies on Netflix that like I was like maybe it'll get better and then
No,
it just
I
never
watched
does.
Death Note.
No, movies. Yes, movies. I've
Yeah.
definitely done. I don't know about TV shows.
Yeah, if I don't like it, I just straight up stop.
Yeah. I feel like TV shows, especially on Netflix, it's so easy to just be like, this is crap and then change it. So,
Oh, and Brooklyn Nine-Nine. I'm still watching that too.
Like I would say
Oh,
a
man,
lot.
I
of
need
the,
to watch it.
It's so funny.
Brooklyn Nine-Nine is so good.
Such funny.
But I
There
was
was a crossover episode in New Girl.
Oh, were they in it?
Yeah.
oh
Nice.
shit.
They go to New York.
That still does not compel me to watch that show. Like of what I've watched of New Girl, I really did not like it.
Oh my god. Schmidt
Well.
is my spirit animal.
Schmidt?
Yeah.
Mm.
Anyway, that's pretty much it.
Okay.
A lot of shows, work, and Disneyland.
And that's not bad of a
Solid
week.
week.
And some wedding stuff. Of
Well,
course.
I
That's
feel like
ongoing.
this is just going to ramp up as it gets closer
Yeah,
and
it's-
closer.
Yeah. Need to buy a
So,
suit.
how many Pinterest links have you had sent to you lately?
I probably at least 5 a day.
So are you trying to DIY a lot of it?
Well, so my soon-to-be mother-in-law has been buying everything for all the decorations for the rehearsal dinner and the wedding.
That's very
venue.
nice of her.
She's super excited.
If she's your fiance, they're not your mother-in-law yet, technically.
No.
Until
It's
you're-
only
as
when
we
you're
married.
married.
when you're fully
They
married.
Soon
can't
to
be
be
in-laws.
Okay.
Yeah, because the only part of in-law means you're legally.
Forgive my ignorance.
Yeah.
In oh, that makes sense. In like the
Yeah.
Yep.
Legally, they are
in the words
your
of the
mother
law. Okay,
slash
got
father.
it. Like I think part of me always kind of figured that, but it's like when you say it out loud, it's like, oh yeah, that's why
Yep.
it's in law.
Yeah, so brother-in-law is a brother from a different parent that their
Right.
parents married. So
Like you're only related to each other by the law,
yes,
So
More or
not,
less.
not by
James will
blood.
be her brother-in-law.
right?
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
And like
And
it
her
would be
sister's
weird
your
for you to
sister-in-law.
call your brother in blood,
Sure.
right? Or
Blood brothers.
That's it.
Yeah.
Brother in blood.
brother in blood, blood brothers, the bloodening.
That.
Hmm.
All right, well, anyway.
Well,
That's
yeah.
it.
I think it's time for some
Is it?
video game news.
News.
Unless you guys need a
Sounds
break.
like I do not.
All right,
Sounds
I
good.
think we're good to go. Let's
Tony,
go into news.
You good, Tony?
Yeah. We
right,
can go
let's
on
do
to
it.
news. Who's starting?
You go ahead and
I
start.
can,
You go
well,
ahead.
I can just do a very brief.
Matt.
Well, this
Take it away.
Whoa! I occasionally come up
Matt
with
is,
some.
Matt's
news.
No,
taking
you
over
have
for the
stuff,
news
but now
for
you're
the
gonna
entirety
start it.
today.
Start us off.
Well, mine is very brief. So we're familiar with the NES Mini and the SNES Mini that have come out from Nintendo, correct?
No,
Most
what is
people?
that?
The
Can you tell me?
classics. I
So the
guess.
classics, yeah.
Can you just give me a brief rundown of what that is?
Sure. So SNES Mini and NES Mini, Nintendo put on a select number of games on each of those consoles relative to which console was. So I think it was like 21 SNES games on the SNES Mini Classic, and that was like something close to that on the NES. I think it was like 25, something like that. They could fit a lot
might
more
have
because
been
they're
more,
smaller games. But now SNK is coming out with their own version of their own mini console.
Okay.
like Neo Geo Mini or something.
And it feels like a lot of places have been doing this now. Like there's the whole Atari thing that was released.
Well, I think Atari is trying to release their own new console thing.
Yeah, they're trying to release a Linux system.
Wasn't
Okay,
it
but
like-
but this isn't.
but it's
like-
basically
it's
an
not,
emulator, though.
It's not like a flashback system, though, right?
No,
No, Atari hasn't
No.
actually talked about what this new thing is at all. Whether
They
it's
were
for
trying to
did,
make
because
an
they were-
Atari box, which is a Linux thing.
I thought they were thought they had already made it because it was like $80 or something. People were like pissed at the price.
these are different things.
Yeah.
So
These are different.
Atari's making a straight up like new home console thing.
Oh, I'm talking about the thing that they just had a bunch of their games on it, and people were pissed because it was like their games are shit and they're $80.
Yeah. So yeah.
But yeah,
we saw that at GameStop.
Yeah, we saw that.
Just like a Pong stick.
Yeah, but yeah, SNK. So it's kind of a funny move for them to do that now because they've released all their stuff on the Switch. So I feel like if people had an SNK fix that's already been cured by the Switch.
Yeah, the Switch is constantly coming out with ports from SNK stuff, right?
Yeah,
like Neo Geo stuff.
Almost every week it feels like a new Neo Geo thing has come out.
And I was
on
like,
the
oh
Switch.
boy, what is this again? I mean, like to be honest, I bought a couple of those things because
Yeah,
Some
they're
good
good.
games.
Hey, Metal Slug, good shit.
yeah.
Hard.
There's like one I don't even remember the name to, just because I remember like playing some emulation of it on my computer like 2 decades ago or some shit.
I couldn't tell you.
Yeah, I'll have to
Honestly,
look
I'm
it up
not
later.
too familiar with SNK. I know they made a lot of fighting style games
Yeah, like Marvel
and
versus
arcade
SNK.
style games. Yeah,
Oh, Capcom versus
that was
SNK.
Capcom
Sorry.
that made that. I'm pretty sure though.
Yeah.
Or
But,
are they the King of Fighters guys?
I think they're King of Fighters.
Okay.
Because like I'm trying to remember the characters from more Capcom versus SNK.
Okay, so this is a dumb question. What exactly is SNK? Is that like a publishing group or is it like a dev?
It's kind of like a Capcom
Super
Sega.
Nintendo Korea.
Okay, got it.
Yeah. Super Nintendo
Did
crew.
did
Korea.
Oh my god.
and they released Neo Geo?
Yeah, they
Okay.
had the Neo Geo stuff.
Okay. I don't
Um,
I honestly don't know much about that sector.
It was one of the lesser known ones for sure.
Like more niche.
Yeah, more niche, but the games that they did have, that people really liked them.
Okay.
You know, the Metal Slugs. They made a lot of arcade stuff. Metal Slugs, fighting games, mostly arcade, and then once consoles came around, they sort of just kept making those kind of games.
I remember Pocket Neo Geo being
Oh.
like pretty cool.
Yeah.
It's a Japanese acronym.
What does it stand for?
Shin Nihon Kikaku, which means New Japan Project.
Okay. Fair enough.
I probably butchered the hell out of that.
So they're like a software and hardware publishing group, but more software these
the
days.
future is now SNK.
Yes. Pretty sure that's correct.
Okay.
But yeah, mini console for them. Don't know how to feel about it. Depends what they put on it and how many.
Yeah, I mean I agree with you in that like they've been releasing a lot of their big hitters on Switch, and it seems kind of odd to be releasing a flashback system. I don't know.
I mean, the thing that could be good is like, you know, for the NES and the SNES mini classics, you got like 21 games for a bundled price.
Mm-hmm.
So if their bundled price is better than what you can get it on the Switch for, and you really like all their games, that could be the way to go.
And if it's got like, you know, a nice package, like if it looks good, like the system itself looks good and has that form factor, because I feel like a lot of people really like the SNES Mini because it looks cool.
It
Like a mini
looks
SNES.
cool. It's modern day compatible with HDMI, all that kind of good stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's all I had. So
It's pretty cool.
Okay.
I don't have too much, but do you remember For Honor?
Yeah.
I
remember
do.
those guys?
I still have it installed.
With the samurais and the Vikings and the knights.
Oh yeah.
I launched
They're
it.
coming out with a training mode.
About
Wow.
fucking time.
It's,
Yeah, well, the trailer, I mean, this may not sound very exciting for you or me, Matt, because we don't really play those games, but like from the trailer, it looked like a pretty fleshed out training mode. And like a lot of people apparently have been asking for something like this for a pretty long time, just because like there's only one way to really play the game and get better is to play against real people. And like that means getting your fucking ass kicked because you don't know how to play like certain characters really well.
Yeah.
So,
Or how to counter certain characters.
like just like,
Yeah, game's hard.
So yeah, you know, like sometimes you just want to be able to like dick around against AI and like, or like in a training mode and learn your character better. So
I'm definitely glad they're doing this.
Yeah.
It feels like when the game first came out, the only way to actually learn how to play the game was to play the single player campaign.
right.
And then they released 1 billion characters. And it's
Right.
like, well, I
Yeah,
guess I
that
don't
takes
have to
so
play the
long.
game anymore.
Billion characters.
you know
I think
what I
they,
mean.
did they release like? I think they released like 3 per faction. I want to say total.
That
Something
all
like that.
changed the game.
I don't remember. I haven't played it in a while.
I want to say it's like 6 or 7 different characters per faction now. I looked into it a little bit. Like fucking Vikings have something called a shaman, and she's like a dagger and a hatchet combo, and she like fucking screams and shit. It's like freaky. Like I'm not kidding. Like, that kind of freaked me the fuck out. It reminded me of the girl from that shit. What was that game?
Nice.
Hellblade.
Senua?
Yeah, it kind of reminded me of Senua.
Oh,
Yeah, the character design a little bit.
okay. So,
So-
like the face paint and
Face paint, kind of crazy hair.
That makes sense.
Yeah,
Okay, yeah,
a little crazy looking, and she was like in the trailer, like fucking screaming and shit. So I was like, yeah. And the knights had, I think the most recent one was like a gladiator. So like they had like the
Gladiator.
they had like a trident and like a net or something. And
A net?
that, like just from looking at the character like artwork, I'm sure they have different weapons available or whatever, but that's what I saw. And
Alright.
then like the samurai had something called like the Anamusha or some shit, which is like a dual wielded samurai. That
Oh,
had,
yeah.
like a masterless samurai with dual wields.
I mean, I'll give props. At least they're still supporting that game.
Yeah, no, I mean that's
Oh,
kind
they
of
totally turned it around because it was dead.
that's kind of Ubisoft's thing, man. Like
They
they
release
release
a dead
they release games in like a pretty poor state, and then they support the shit out of it. So
Yeah, I'll give that to them.
I mean, like I could totally remember saying this. I think I've totally said this
Oh, yeah.
exact thing
Oh yeah,
before in the
we've
past.
said it before.
But yeah, it's cool that they do that. I mean, Rainbow Six, I didn't even realize was initially released in 2015 or something like that.
Yeah, it's a 3-year-old, and
Yeah.
they. Some people have said that it's kind of weird that they increase the price after 3 years, but
I mean, with the amount of support they give the game, like I could see why people are upset. It just doesn't personally affect me, just because I fucking love that game.
It's very good.
It's very good. And I don't know if we've announced this before, but they announced another year of support for Tom Clancy's Wildlands.
yes,
Yeah, I
yeah,
saw
that's
that.
right.
So I don't play the game. I played the beta. Was not really interested in after
Jake
that.
said it was good, right?
Yeah, I think
He's the
Jake
one
said he
that's
liked
Jake
it.
likes
praising it.
Yeah, so that's cool. Yeah, just Ubisoft is supporting the shit out of their games. So
Yeah, I mean, I wonder how much of it is that they budgeted out
Mhm.
so much time of support, and then based on sales, they continue to support
they
it.
must make a decent amount of money off of DLC then, or like to be able to support it
Something.
continually. I don't even know what Wildlands' payment model is like.
or what the player count
Yeah, I
is
have
like.
no idea.
Like I don't know what their DLC system is like at all. Like if it's cost. Oh wait, I think they do have loot boxes in that game.
Damn it!
If I'm not
they just had
mistaken.
a free weekend, I think, last weekend.
If I recall
Something like that,
correctly,
yeah.
I think I remember like you could like unlock squad members basically in that game, and then like, which is I mean this was kind of cool to me, but apparently you could unlock like members of Rainbow Six Siege as part of your squad in Wildlands.
That's
Like
kind of
I
cool.
think I saw a picture of someone opening up Tachanka in their fucking in their
Hell
loot box
yeah.
for that game. So I was like,
Tachanka.
yeah, I did the Lord, man. So I thought that was pretty cool. But yeah, Ubisoft. I don't even know what their next game is going to be. Assassin's Creed, maybe.
I don't know.
They released DLC for
Wait,
that too.
was Ubisoft the publisher that like kind of teased that one ship fighting game at E3? Do you know what I'm talking about? Like there was like
Oh yeah,
there's Sea of Thieves and there
The
was
one
another like a PvP based kind of like ship shooter. Like you were
yes, that might have been them.
was that them? It looked very Ubisoft. Like you were in like a galleon and there's different types of ships, and then like it was like team based where you basically fucked up other ships with your ship,
Okay.
and you control one ship. And I think we noted like how that's kind of disappointing because we thought like you and your friends like crewed a single ship, but no, I think you just control one ship completely. Like you don't control
Yeah.
a character, you control a ship.
Yeah, each person has their own post on it.
Yeah, something like that.
Kind
Anyway,
of cooperatively.
it looks like a very Ubisoft-y
s-
game.
Yeah. Well, in that case, it reminds me of a game that came out on PC where it
like
was airships.
Warships.
It was something. There were airships in it, and like each person, different ships had different like speeds or weapons and that kind of stuff.
Was it sci-fi?
It was steampunk.
Huh. Okay. I feel like there's like multiple games that kind of came out like where
Yeah.
you control like some kind of dreadnought or something.
Yeah, yeah,
Like
yeah.
smaller ships are faster, but they're less armored, or
Yeah, and
bigger
and,
ships are, tougher but slow as fuck.
and less maneuverable.
yeah, things like that. All right.
Cool.
Cool.
What's the next piece of news?
It's
Actually, I want to interject since we talked about Hellblade.
yeah, of
Oh,
course,
no.
go for it.
oh yeah. I know this one.
Yeah, so Hellblade for Xbox One sold 50,000 copies. So the dev Ninja Theory is donating 25,000 to Mental Health America.
That's super cool of them.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
actually set a stretch goal as well that if they double that, they'll double their donation.
That's super cool. I feel like it's really cool that mental health is totally this like kind of accepted thing. It's like not taboo to talk about. Like you could say like, hey man, like I haven't sorry, I'm like fingering this bag on the table. I don't know why. Yeah, like it's good to see that people like accept that mental health is a real concern and like
Yeah.
something that we have to care about. And, like none of that fucking fake machismo bullshit. Like
Yeah.
I'm too tough to talk to a psychiatrist. Yeah, none of that shit. So yeah, it's cool that they did that. And I feel like with a game like Hellblade, it's really relevant.
Yeah, and Hellblade was built upon sort of mental illness and the character trying to get through it.
Mm-hmm.
If you actually play it to the end, I sort of remember now what the ending is. It actually is pretty cool for mental illness, though. I will say, if you have anxiety and stuff like that, don't play that game.
Yeah, okay.
It will give you anxiety.
It'll fuck you up.
Yeah, we've warned on that before.
Yeah. The game itself has warnings about that too, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, it does.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, that was it for that one.
All right.
Cool.
Should we go? I'll go into the less heavy shit first. Battlefield 5, which is the next Battlefield game they're making. I think it's going to
Even though
be.
it's like the seventh.
I
or
think
eighth
I
game or
think it's
whatever.
rumored to be like World War II themed or something like that. But they have
Yes.
a battle royale prototype in the works apparently.
Okay.
Yeah.
As more competition's cool.
Yeah.
Is it only first person then?
I actually have no fucking clue.
It would have to be.
I want to
Yeah.
say that I played Battlefield games where you were able to switch between the two.
Interesting.
Oh no, that was Battlefront. That was Star Wars Battle. That was the original Battlefront
Oh,
games.
yeah,
Oh,
okay.
and the new Battlefront games actually. You were
Okay.
able to switch between the
Yeah, yeah.
perspectives.
Yeah, I've only
So-
played Battlefield 1.
I would say that this.
Or Bad Company 2, sorry.
Oh, okay.
I've only played Bad Company
I think the idea of a battle royale game in first person with an engine that was meant to be first person first is kind of cool.
Yeah, and
Because, PUBG was never really like their first person is
it's rough.
serviceable at best.
Well, I think this, if it turns out to be good, will be the kind of the nail in the coffin for PUBG.
Yeah, or who knows? Maybe it'll push them to soar to greater heights because I don't.
Yeah, so far they're just reactionary, not doing anything.
Well, okay, but I do
New.
have to say, like a lot of the stuff that PUBG has been doing lately has been cool, with the new game modes and shit. But like, I feel like yeah.
It's mostly because of Fortnite's
Yeah,
reaction.
no,
all
and
that.
that's fine too. I
Yeah.
completely understand and recognize that, but like, that's why competition's good.
Yeah, I also think that Battlefield, people really like that game as it is, and it's also very competent. Sure, there's bugs and stuff in it, but like it's competently done. Driving is well done. Vehicles, all that stuff's well done.
Yeah, it's
So
cool.
I can imagine if this does do a really good battle mode, it may be the new PUBG.
It could it definitely could be. Is it if they have like a solid? I just hope that the other aspects of the game are still quality.
Yes.
Yes.
I don't know if a Battlefield game has had a good single player mode in a while. From my understanding, the past couple have always been
Yeah, their
pretty bad.
stories have been way under par.
Like I heard,
At least
yeah,
compared to Modern
Yeah.
Warfare.
yeah, like Not that I'm saying Modern Warfare is like the fucking grandmaster stellar
God,
like
no.
No, but
example
their
of
story mode is usually.
It's at least entertaining.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
that's a good way to put it.
yeah, I heard Battlefield is like pretty subpar in comparison typically. But yeah, I mean, more competition is always good.
Although,
Sorry, go ahead.
I was going to say, to bring up PUBG from us bashing them down, there are a couple things they did do. They're adding a map selection.
Wow. Finally.
I mean, we just need regional servers where like, yeah,
And a menu that doesn't need a restart button.
Yeah. Well, and the Savage map, they're adding underground caves.
That's
that's
That
cool.
might be
that's
cool.
kind of cool.
That's cool.
That's
So
kinda
just
cool.
more ways to get around and kill people.
I
It's
wonder
pretty cool.
if you'll be able to stay down there and like when the circle shrinks, if you're like just underground, if no one will be
Probably
able to kill
not.
you.
It seems like an all-ending field of death.
No, I just mean like if the center of the circle happens to be over like an underground tunnel, and then they cannot find you because you're underground.
I've actually kind of been in that situation with the new map, the desert map, because
Uh-huh.
there's like an underground cave in a portion of the map, and like me and my squad literally hid in that cave the entire time while everyone was fighting above us.
So this
And-
is the map then.
No,
They
different
already
map.
added it? Oh.
Different map. It's not.
Savage and Desert are different maps.
Oh, sorry.
And I think desert's called Miramar. I
Yeah.
want to say, yeah. So that we could literally hear them shooting above us, like shooting at each other and shit. And then like it dwindled down to like 4 people left, and I could just tell that they were looking for us. They had no idea where we were.
Yeah.
And then we popped out of the cave, like because the circle was gonna end in a way where it's like, it would have been the situation where like they would have been above us, we would have been below, and then it would have just been a matter of who has more health kits at that point. So we popped out from the underground cave and killed them. So
This is interesting, though. Apparently, you can parachute directly into the cave.
that
so like
sounds
to an
terrifying.
entrance of a cave?
You just go, from plane to cave.
I'm not gonna lie though,
Interesting.
the parachuting mechanics in that game are so fucking wonky. I wouldn't trust being able to do that and not take like a billion fucking damage.
That's fair.
Yeah.
I would have to see it for myself.
It says plenty of ways to escape.
I haven't played Savage yet, so
Cool.
All right, we need a break.
Well, I need to pause for a sec.
who was up?
Are we back? We back?
We're back.
right.
You were talking about. Wait, no, I brought up the
You just
cave
finished
map,
the cave map, yeah.
and then you had another story left.
All right, so just two more for me. Totalbiscuit has been hospitalized. His cancer is spreading, and chemotherapy is no longer working, which is a huge bummer.
Yeah.
I personally am a big fan. Well, I can't say I'm a huge fan these days, just because I don't really watch YouTube content that much anymore. But I did used to watch his WTF is series a lot. Like that was a big determiner of like games that I would play, and it was like very influential, and I really liked his style. So I know he's had cancer for quite a long time at this point.
4
Actually,
years
4
now?
years. And yeah, it's a shame, and I really hope he makes it through. All our positive thoughts and wishes towards him, and I hope you're doing okay, Bane.
Yeah.
So there's that. Maybe I shouldn't have. Maybe I should have ended on that one. Actually,
No, it's okay. Like Totalbiscuit has been pretty influential in the gaming scene for a while now,
Yeah.
mostly in the indies, especially.
yeah,
His WTF series really did help a lot of people determine whether they would like a game, dislike a game. Even if you agreed or disagreed with his opinions, I felt like his videos were at least helpful.
yeah. I think he's like always honest. You know, like I think he's always been like a consumer first persona as well. Like he's always concerned about like, is this fair for like
The
us?
price.
Like the price, like are like their consumer practices fair? Like he's always been concerned about that. He's never been one to like really, from my understanding, like to like fall for the hype. You know?
Yeah,
So,
for sure.
I mean,
He's always skeptical or
yeah, cynical Brit.
Cynical.
Yeah,
yep.
there we go.
He's very cynical, but at the same time, his cynicism tends to bring out honesty.
Yeah.
So it works out.
I don't know. I guess I kind of took it for granted because he was just doing so well from what I saw, and then hearing all this recent news is heartbreaking to hear. So I just really hope he makes it out.
Yeah,
Yep. Stay strong.
Yeah, stay strong.
you can do it.
On a lighter note, I mean,
Go on.
it doesn't get much
Much darker
darker
than
than cancer, but yeah. So Call of Duty Black Ops 4 is not going to or it's rumored to not have a traditional single player campaign. So apparently, people who have been in talks with like the development team and stuff, like, yeah, they're saying that it's more going to be they're more focused on the multiplayer as well as zombies mode, and then there's going to be like some co-op stuff to kind of fill in the gaps of where a campaign would be.
Well, I did see a headline earlier that said Activision doesn't know what to do with Modern Warfare. So,
well, what else can they do? You know, I mean, the other thing too with
or
Black
Call
Ops.
of Duty, sorry.
Yeah, the other thing too with Black Ops in particular, I always thought that the campaigns for Black Ops were like the best ones, right?
I feel like in general,
Yeah.
like Call of Duty games have had the most like enjoyable first person shooter campaigns. Like I'm not gonna say the quality has been consistent throughout. Like there's like
Yeah.
really been black spots like Ghosts, and actually I think Ghosts might be the only like real bad one I could think of. Like I really like Modern Warfare. I liked Modern Warfare 1 through 3. They weren't all like consistently great, but they're at least always entertaining. I think the Black Ops campaigns were always entertaining as well.
Yeah.
I actually didn't play
And Black Ops
Advanced
is-
Warfare or Infinite Warfare, so I can't comment on
Yeah.
those.
Honestly, I think Modern Warfare or just Call of Duty in general for me hasn't done anything to innovate in so long that it's not really exciting for me regardless.
I want to say the near future games, or the near future games try to innovate in terms of the movement systems, but
I mean, gunplay and everything feels exactly the same to me, you know?
it just kind of feels like a worn out formula.
Yeah.
You know, like I mean, there's a reason why I haven't played a Call of Duty game since Black Ops 2. So
Yeah. And isn't Black Ops the one that introduced zombies?
is it?
No.
Black Ops 1.
Oh,
I
yeah.
thought.
Yeah,
Black
actually.
Ops 1 was the
Yeah,
first
yeah,
one
yeah.
to do zombies. I'm pretty sure. I might be wrong.
No,
but
no. There was a World War One game that had it. What was
No,
it?
Yeah.
no, it wasn't World War One. It was gosh, it was a different war. It was the one in Nam, I think.
Isn't that Black Ops 1?
Is it Black
Ops 1 is the one in Vietnam. Black Ops 2 is like the near future one.
World at War?
Yeah,
right?
World at War. That's
World
the
at
one.
War was the first one that did zombies.
Oh,
that's
that's
right.
That came out after Modern Warfare 2.
Was that the Pacific? Was that the one on the Pacific? I remember killing Japanese people in World at War.
It might have been the Pacific War.
Yeah, the campaign it was super old weapons. But yeah, that had a zombie mode.
I think you're right. I think that was the first one.
Yeah.
But I think Black Ops
Yeah,
moved
you're
it.
right. World at War was the first Call of Duty game with the zombies mode, and then
Okay.
Black Ops 2, etc.
Yeah, Black Ops I think was the one that sort of brought it to the spotlight because World at War didn't sell as well.
Yeah, I remember World at War being decent, but just not like amazing. I remember the Wii version being really fucking bad. Like the multiplayer was
Yeah.
basically the second player had a light gun mode. Like they
Yeah.
couldn't move; they could only shoot or something. It was really weird.
I had
Yeah,
it for
it was a
360.
split screen
Yeah.
because you can't.
Yeah, the Wii just couldn't handle it, so that was fucking bizarre. But yeah, yeah. So it's not gonna. Well, from the rumors, if we're to believe it, is that it's not gonna have a traditional campaign, which I feel like is kind of
It's
a shame.
yeah. I mean, unless you're selling it for less than full retail-ish price, then I'd say it's okay. But even then, it's still disappointing.
I don't think it's gonna sell for less than retail price.
You still think it's going to be a $60 release?
Yeah, because I think they're also bundling it with. Okay, this is the other infuriating piece of news that's related. It's going to be bundled with Modern Warfare 2, I believe.
Oh my god!
But no, that's a good thing, except for
Yeah.
the fact that it's only going to be bundled with the story and no multiplayer.
What?
Which is,
Which was that's how they're getting around not
I
giving.
suppose,
Yeah.
which was the best thing about Modern Warfare 2, the multiplayer. So
Yeah.
yeah, I don't.
I think you can still play it now, but it's like so hacked.
Yeah, it's
that-
so over. Like just
Forget it.
yeah. What's the point?
Yeah, that is disappointing to hear though.
Yeah.
I feel like again, if it was like Blizzard where they released it for $40 instead of the full 60, then maybe. But even then, I feel like even Overwatch, which is all multiplayer, they have so many different modes now that they've introduced new characters, all that stuff.
Yeah,
That's been worth it.
yeah.
I don't know how about a Modern Warfare game with no single player.
Yeah.
It feels weird.
So that's pretty much it on the news front for me.
All right. Well,
right.
speaking of Overwatch, the last event that just ended,
Oh, did it end?
Blackwatch?
yeah, it ended on the 13th, I believe. Or am I mistaken?
I thought it was.
I remember. No, it started on the 13th.
Yeah, I thought it was still going.
I am on crack.
Yeah,
I apologize.
It only
It's not
started
ended yet.
last
It ends in
week.
May.
that's what I was gonna say. Like that's like the shortest Overwatch
Sorry,
event I've ever been
it
a
ends
part
in
of.
May. I remembered the 13th as being
But yeah, people
backwards.
are really
Anyway.
liking some of the modes in it.
Yeah, so this Retribution map that they have right now for that mode, they are testing it in PTR to be available as a multiplayer map.
Sweet.
Okay, cool.
I like the map, so I think it'll be a cool addition to it.
This
Is it
is-
gonna be like nighttime, like in the map?
I think so.
That's cool. Is there other nighttime maps? There are, right?
the Lijiang Tower Market.
El Dorado,
Yeah, yeah.
or no, Dorado.
Yes,
Dorado,
Dorado
also
too.
is at night, yeah.
Okay,
Lijiang Tower's at night.
I like night maps. It's cool.
yeah,
it's good.
they're good. They're good.
So yeah, that'll be cool. I might check that out in the PTR just to see how that works with. I mean, you can play the mode right now with other characters. That's an arcade option,
Cool.
but it's still just the PvE thing. Oh, cats!
Sorry, Cat literally just
Genius.
fucking.
Just nailed
Went
himself
surfing.
onto the ground.
Yeah, it was like climbing on a backpack, and the backpack fell to the ground, and it like scrambled to get up, but it failed too. So that was pretty great.
Good job, Loki.
So Fortnite,
This is the next piece of news.
it is.
Okay.
It's also still a game, still a popular game.
No way.
There was a
Figures.
weapon in this game that was taken out for controversy.
Was it the
Then put back in. But now it's taken out officially forever.
Well, not forever. They put it in the vault, so which basically means it's not in the game for now,
Yeah.
and they're gonna like see if they could like configure it in such a way that it could fit back into the regular game. But for now, it's just a bouncing nightmare.
Yeah,
so
this
it's
is the
taken out.
guided missiles. Sorry,
at least kudos to Epic that they're at least acknowledging the fact that this is broken So they're going to actually remove it instead of trying to patch it later or fix it like in a hot fix or anything like that. They're just removing and saying, fuck it, we're going to fix it later.
I think a way for them to fix the guided rockets is if you don't actually have a camera view of the rocket itself. It's more like you can still see your character, and when you move your aim around, it'll move around.
Tough.
Yeah, but then it would make it so that it has limited guidance. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I think if it didn't one shot, it'd actually be balanced.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like it doesn't one shot.
Yeah, it does.
If you have full shields, it does not one shot.
Oh, it does not one shot?
Mm-mm.
Oh, okay. Maybe it traveled slower so people can shoot it down easier.
Well, I mean, I was going to argue that's already pretty easy to shoot down so long as you are able to, see it. But if when multiple members of an opposing squad have it, that's when it gets pretty oppressive, in my opinion.
Yeah, I saw Fuzi's clip of it actually.
And also, I think the big issue about it is that it's just really good for scouting.
That's true.
Like you have zero risk scouting, more or less, if you have a squad mate to watch your back. So
that's true.
Maybe it should use different kinds of ammo than just regular rocket ammo,
No, I just think they need to fundamentally change how it works mechanically,
or just remove it.
They'll figure
or
it out.
that too.
I think.
Yeah. I
cool
I'm meaning
idea.
if they mean to include it.
Yeah, it's a cool idea, but maybe it just isn't meant for it.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Yeah. So yeah, sorry, no rocket riding for a while. It's
Well, you can still rocket ride, just not that one. Not controlled
not
rocket
as-
riding.
yeah. All right. Bandai Namco, they made games like Dark Souls.
Yes, go on.
So the
Is that the news?
remastered.
Is that the entire article?
That's it.
They made games,
Moving
guys. It used to happen. They're still doing it.
No, so we talked about it before, I believe, that it's being released on the Switch, Dark Souls Remastered.
Yes.
The original release date is no longer going to happen. They've delayed it.
I mean, that's just the Nintendo way, isn't it?
Yeah, they scheduled it to be alongside the PS4 and Xbox version on May 25th,
I guess that's
but it's now
fair.
been pushed to summer 2018, which means anywhere between June and August.
Yeah, I think that's fine.
I'm not itching for it personally, but I can see how people could be bummed out.
Yeah, because May is coming up. It's...
Honestly, in the blink of an eye, it's gonna be fucking August. This
It's
this year has been going by so goddamn fast.
But again, it could be June.
Yeah, you never know.
That's summer.
Yeah, it's true.
And it's coming out for all platforms now, not just the Switch, which
Right.
is kind of interesting.
Yeah.
So that just means, though, if you have a PS4 or Xbox One, you'll get it on the 25th. But for Switch, you have to wait till later.
Probably optimization issues, especially with Blight Town.
Yeah.
That didn't run well on GTX 1080s.
Yeah,
Like,
it just wasn't well. It
ridiculous.
just wasn't well optimized at all.
Heck no,
Right.
it wasn't. So maybe that's what it is that it's crashing in certain places, just can't handle it.
True. I guess on to summer releases again for the Switch.
Go on.
Sega has announced a few classic games that they're going to be porting to the Switch. They're calling it the
Sega Master?
Sega Ages.
Wait, is this a
Ages.
collection?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Do we know what games are in that collection?
Yes. So the first batch of Sega Ages titles will be available this summer. There will be the Master System versions of Phantasy Star and Alex Kidd in Miracle World, the Genesis versions of Sonic the Hedgehog and Thunder Force 4,
Okay.
and arcade version of Gain Ground.
Just to be clear, this is all together as one bundle.
It seems like a series of sorts. Yeah, the Sega Ages ports.
So is it, if it's not a bundle and they're sold individually, that's one thing, but do we know?
I can see them doing it sounds like they're doing groups of bundles, like
or
bundles.
maybe just groups of
Yeah, I
releases.
think it's a batch of games at the same time.
Oh,
Not
okay.
necessarily
okay.
a bundle.
Okay.
I mean,
it's
that's
hard to
actually
tell from this article.
probably better because I didn't hear about a few of those games.
Well, I mean, it depends how it's priced. I think in the
Yes,
end, it depends
yeah.
on how it's priced.
Well, it's being done by M2, which did Sega 3D for the 3DS and Game Boy Advance line of Virtual Console stuff on Wii U. So
Okie dokie gnocchi.
should be ported well, I think, on a Nintendo system.
Okay, hopefully. I've never heard of those actual games for the DS, so...
Well, they also unveiled a Sega Genesis Mini
Wow.
during the Sega,
Hey-o.
Another flashback console.
Yeah.
What a supplies.
and they announced Shenmue 1 and 2
On what?
coming to PS4, Xbox One, and PC later this year.
Interesting.
I never played Shenmue 1 or 2.
I never played them either, but they were at the time the highest budgeted games of all time.
Yeah.
What is it now?
It was on the Dreamcast.
It's not even close.
No,
What's the most budgeted
Yeah.
game? I don't know. Probably Kingdom Hearts 3.
Really? You think so? I was assuming it would be like one of the.
It's taken long enough.
I
for
figured
that
it
to
would be like
viable.
one of the Final Fantasy MMOs or something. I don't know.
I don't know. I feel like how long Kingdom Hearts 3 has been in development, how many properties they had to use with Disney and all this stuff.
It's possible.
It might be the most expensive, but again, I have no reference other than
It
guesstimation.
just seems like it should be.
It seems like it should be, yeah.
I like how I put in highest into Google and then it corrected it to Hughes.
Actually, Destiny 1 holds the highest budget of any game. $500 million.
Is that including the DLC?
I don't know.
500 mil?
Budget to make
I
it.
guess, well, they probably made all that back, honestly. And more, because they made Destiny 2.
Yeah, Final Fantasy VII is fifth on the list with 145 million. Damn.
Wait, what? I'm looking at a different list that has different figures. Like
So,
list of most expensive video games to develop. This is adjusted for inflation.
Okay, what are you looking at?
It's on Wikipedia. So it's called List of Most Expensive Video Games to Develop. And Modern Warfare 2 is the most expensive adjusted for inflation at 285 million.
Ah,
No way.
Yeah.
Wikipedia. I was looking at
It says Destiny's is 145
Hexopolis.
million adjusted for inflation.
So this is a BS article then. It was written in
Grand Theft Auto
2014
5.
also.
Okay, that makes sense.
I mean, these are adjusted for inflation. I don't know what your article actually says. Like Final Fantasy 7 is actually number 5 on here.
It was 5 on
Yeah, it was
his
5
as
on
well, I
his too.
believe.
Yeah. Yeah. So
All right, well, again,
yeah.
sometimes we're wrong. So send things to corrections at
That's
CSDcast.
weird.
Well, I mean, if
.com.
I'm wrong here, then that means Wikipedia is wrong. So I mean, which is possible. Who knows? All right, continue with the news.
That is actually all.
All right, cool. Let's go straight into games we played, unless you guys need to break.
No, I'm good.
All right,
All right.
cool. I'll start us
Do it.
off. I've primarily played 3 games this week, and I'll start with Overwatch. I played the Overwatch event, which pretty boring. Not gonna lie, it's just basically wave-based or not wave-based. It's just PVE. It's kind of similar to last year's Uprising event, but
I like that one better.
yeah, I like that one better, except for the fact that it was really fucking long.
Yeah, this one's pretty short.
Yeah, this one's really short, which I appreciate because I do want to get those arcade boxes whippy snappy. But the trailer was kind of focusing on how there's like different enemy types and stuff. But like
There's the giant tank thing.
there's like the giant tank thing that shoots his Gatling gun. There's like the assassin thing that immobilizes people, similar to like I guess the sneak rat in Vermintide 2.
Yeah.
And there's the sniper. I don't know. I just found it to be like kind of underwhelming. And I find this whole event to be a little underwhelming, to be honest. Like the skins don't. Some
Yeah.
of the skins are okay. Like I like Moira's skin. Moira's skin's cool.
At least they unlocked the Blackwatch stuff.
Yeah,
You can still get those.
yeah.
and
I mean,
play
but
that.
I already had all the Blackwatch stuff.
What
So
if you didn't?
I mean, yeah, sure. But it's just like the new skins they released were kind of lackluster overall, in my opinion. So this is like when you told me the event ended, like I didn't really feel that bad that I didn't get any of the skins just because I didn't care for any of the skins.
Yeah, and that was
really.
wrong, by the way. Which
So-
again, you can correct us.
Yeah, yeah, of course. But
Corrections at
yeah, just
CSDcast.
Overwatch event. I basically did my arcade boxes for the week. I think it might have actually reset since then. So, and like, I don't even really feel a huge, strong desire to do the arcade boxes again because I don't know. My rolls have been shit lately, and like, do I want to waste my time doing it? I don't know. Probably not. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe if I do it with friends, it'll be better. Oh wait, I can't even do it. I don't have RAM sticks. Okay, never mind.
At
You
least
can't
for
even boot your
now.
Yeah, I
computer.
can't even do it. We'll see if I even get the fucking. Oh god, I really. So apparently, the projected time that I was supposed to get my RAM sticks was this, or the projected time that the RAM sticks were supposed to arrive at Corsair was this Saturday. So I'm hoping that means I'll get my RAM sticks back by the end of next week.
You should.
Be nice.
We'll see. Here's hoping. Yeah. Also, I've been playing Rainbow Six Siege as usual, and I'm gonna do my very best not to repeat information that I've said in the past like 3 times. But I got aces. Like this, I think I got 2 aces this week. I got like a third unofficial ace, sort of, when I played. Okay, so it happened on 3 different characters. My first ace was on Thermite, which I'm not sure if you guys were you playing with me when I was Thermite and I got the ace.
We
Yes.
played with you with one of the aces. I don't remember if it was Thermite.
I think it was.
Were we on attack?
We were on attack.
Yeah.
Okay. So both of the ace, two of the aces were on attackers. So which is Thermite and Thatcher. And
I thought it was Thatcher that we had seen.
you might have seen Thatcher's. But I also got an ace on Thermite the same day, which is great. Feels good to ace.
Nice.
But they don't give you any sort of bonus for acing. It's just like the
team usually acknowledge, or the other team, they're like, nice.
Yeah. Typically I don't play that well, so like whenever I get an ace, it feels good, man. It feels real good. Especially in that game where like precision aiming is like really important. Also I got a third unofficial ace where I was a defender. I was what's his name? Legion. Lesion, sorry. His name is Lesion. He's a Chinese guy with cargo pants that lays down little poison trap mines that are invisible. And I actually killed everyone on the team. Okay, the last guy was actually downed, but not out. But the reason why I didn't finish him off was because they planted the bomb, and I was about to run out of time to actually defuse the bomb. But the problem is, when I was running over to the bomb, they actually set a claymore, and it killed me. So... I got 4.5 kills, basically. Feels bad. But yeah, that game is really fun still. I've been doing this kind of weird fun thing with one of my other friends where we basically choose each other's operators because I've been trying to expand my horizons in terms of what operators I typically play. And that's been fun. I've been finding myself enjoying Echo a lot as well as Sledge. So Sledge is a cool guy. He's one of the base operators. As you can tell from his name, he uses a sledgehammer to open up holes and shit. So yeah, he's pretty fun and interesting to use. A lot of people say he's a weaker version of Buck, just because Buck uses a shotgun to do basically the same thing, which is basically open up holes, and like you don't have this huge animation for like opening up holes with a sledgehammer. But you know, it's fun too.
Cool.
But when people get downed, it's really fun to sledgehammer them in the face and kill them instantly.
Yeah,
that's always fun.
Hell yeah.
But Echo's really fun. Actually, I read on like a tier list recently that Echo is like one of the hardest operators to use because he's a defense operator that uses a drone. So that in itself is unique because typically only attackers get drones. But yeah, Echo's drone is this.
You're doing pretty well.
Oh
calling
yeah,
out.
I remember him.
Yeah, it's a flying drone, and what it does is it will basically latch onto a ceiling and then go invisible, and from there it'll shoot out these shock waves which disorient players for like a decently long amount of time. And that's really cool. But the thing is, like, it requires a lot of coordination because, you know, if you're just hitting enemies with that shock wave stuff and no one capitalizes on it, it's just, at best, you're delaying them. So it works best when you're, like, communicating with your team. You're like, hey, like, these guys are coming in through this entrance. So, like, get ready for that. I'm going to hit them with the shock drone bullshit, and then you can shoot them because it's really hard to see when you get hit by that shit. Also, another thing is like they could destroy the drone if they see it. So like you have to be careful with how you use it. And also while you're using the drone, you yourself are vulnerable. So you have to make sure that you're in like a safe spot to do that. And his guns are actually kind of on the weak side. So like, yeah, but he's really fun still. And I've been enjoying playing him a lot. So yeah, Siege is still a really fun game. And I plan to play a lot more of it once the RAM sticks come in.
Hooray.
Other than that, I've also got a new game. Well, not new, but I got a game for PC. Called Final Fantasy 15.
Hooray!
And there's like a million things I want to say about this game, but I don't want to take too long talking about it. But like overall, I would say I'm enjoying it. I put about 20 hours into that game, and I feel like I've just scratched the surface. Yeah. There's a ton of side quests in that game, as per usual, almost to the point where it's like a little bit too much. Like my main... Okay, so all the quests will tell you what level you should be doing these quests by, and the main story quest is at like level 12 or something right now, and I'm currently level 38. So... yeah, and that's just me doing side quests, and they kind of do a lot of things like super different in this game. Like the combat system is very unique, and in a way that I'm not sure I'm really enjoying. Like you hold down circle to just basically auto attack your target, and you press square to basically dodge or avoid and or parry an attack. But the thing is, there's so many things going on the screen that it's like sometimes it's kind of hard to see that. There is like a button prompt that shows up, but like it's still kind of hard, and like dodging requires MP. But then also, you know, I don't know if you've ever seen like any of the promotional material for this game, but like there's like a teleport blade strike ability.
Yeah, I saw that one.
So you basically throw your sword at someone, it hits them, and then you travel to the sword, more or less. And that requires MP as well. So like it's like a lot of MP management as well. There's like other video game mechanics that I'm like not fully understanding how to exploit. Like there's something called link strike, dual link strike, blind strike. Like you do extra damage when you're behind the enemy too. I don't know. The enemy. Okay. If I'm being completely honest, like I haven't really felt a huge difference between how you play against each different enemy type. Like you could break their appendages and stuff, but I'm not really sure what that does. I was thinking maybe it changes the drop pool, or like in Monster Hunter or something. I don't.
Maybe
really,
it weakens some
I
of
don't
their
really know what's
attacks.
happening. I just feel like the combat has not really been. Maybe it just hasn't opened up for me yet.
Could be.
But
You're only 20 hours in.
Yeah, it's true. It's just I'm not super impressed by the combat. Maybe I need to look into more of like the tutorials and stuff to see like maybe like I'm just not playing it correctly, but I just haven't really been super impressed. And like you get these super weapons basically. Like you know how the promotional material has him like having all these like weapons that are like floating around him and shit. So you can actually unlock those slowly over time by exploring certain dungeons. But the thing is, when you use those weapons, they actually like damage you. And for some weapons, you attack so fast that you don't realize that you're through like 3/4 of your health already.
Oh god.
And this is one of those games where like this is a good thing about it, I guess, like where I'm actually spamming the usage of restorative items. You know how in a lot of games you kind of hold on to it?
Yeah.
Yeah, for me, I'm like constantly using that shit. So like
that's something at least, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Combat is all right. It's like it's functional, but I feel like there's like kind of like a lack of depth of strategy. But like, and also I don't like their magic system either. Like there's 4. I'm kind of like scatterbrained with this. I had like notes, but I didn't bring them. But like they're on your D-pad. Each direction of the D-pad will equip a different weapon. But then at the same time, magic skills will take up a slot on the D-pad. It's no longer like a separate like magic menu button thing.
Right.
So if you want to use
kind of not Final Fantasy.
yeah, if you want to use fire, you need to equip it in a weapon slot.
Is this like Magicka then?
So no.
Or no?
Well, okay. Actually, in a way, it is because it's more like Final Fantasy VIII, where when you use magic, it actually expends the magic like usages.
Yeah.
You know, like you have limited usages, and then you refill these usages from like magical nodes that commonly spawn around like campsites where you would rest. But the thing is, you could actually like fuse the magic element in different ways to get a different result. So you could have like a shit ton of fire, and it'll give you like a strong fire. No. But this isn't on the fly though.
Oh.
It's like in a menu screen, and then you equip it. But the thing is, you could make like a lot of fire. It'll give you like a strong fire ability. But you could combine all 3 elements. It's fire, frost, and thunder. Like fire, blizzard, and thunder. Let's say you combine all 3, then you'll have something called Tricast, where it'll like randomly cast those spells. But then you could also combine it with weapon or combine it with consumable items to further change the effect of the magic, which sounds cool. But at the same time, since you have limited usages of the magic, it makes me not want to use it. And I'd rather just put a weapon there instead and just constantly use weapons,
Which are unlimited.
You know? So I don't know. Like I'm still figuring out the combat. I think I'm still enjoying it overall. I really like the camaraderie aspect where like it really does feel like you and a bunch of homies are like on this adventure together. Like you are like this kind of lost prince. The story I'm like having a really hard time following because it's JRPG as fuck. Basically, you're like a prince, and then the kingdom that you're a part of just got taken over in like a violent coup by like a rivaling nation, which was supposed to be peaceful or some shit. Whatever. I'm only on like chapter 3 or something. I'm barely scratched the surface, but overall the game's pretty fun. I'm going to continue playing it, and we'll see where that goes. But yeah, I don't think it really lives up to the hype of like over 10 years of development, in my opinion. The game looks really pretty though, except for the hair. The hair, what?
It's not.
No, like because I gotta say, like I could see what they're trying to do with the hair tech, but like sometimes it looks like it's like really rough texture.
It's not Tress FX.
I don't know, but yeah, that's pretty much been my experience with Final Fantasy 15. I still overall enjoy it, and we'll see where it goes. But I think I'm gonna start focusing more on the story, and not burn myself out on all the side quests.
Sounds good.
But chocobo riding is fun, and fishing is fun. I spent a lot of time fishing. That's pretty cool. A lot of Japanese games seem to have fishing mini games, but that one's just pretty fun. Yeah.
Okay.
All right, Matt.
So I've played a few games this week. The first one, I was at my girlfriend's house this weekend, and we played a game called 9 Parchments on the Switch.
Oh, yeah.
And this one is, to the best I can describe it, a magic-based gauntlet of sorts, where you can hurt your allies. So, like, you'll throw spells around and try to kill the enemy. Some enemies are certain elements. You want to use different elements to counter those elements. And each character has 9 spells they can use, which is the 9 parchments. As you collect throughout the game, you unlock more spells. And that game's pretty fun. It is short compared to like Gauntlet Legends or some of the other games of that style. And the other problem was that Kelsey's Switch is actually sort of dying.
Oh,
Like, I don't know what it was. It either overheated or something. So like the graphics don't quite render correctly all the time.
oh, what the fuck?
So like there's like weird artifacts on some characters, or like if you're moving, you'll just see this big artifact following you around. And it's like,
And this happens across all games?
apparently. I haven't seen it on anything besides that one. She has to RMA it, but it's past the warranty time.
Oh, that's a bummer.
Yeah, so she'd have to pay like, I think it was like $100.
At least it's not a full.
Yeah, at least it's not a full Switch,
Full
but she
Switch.
hasn't gone through with it yet because like it's working, but
Does it do it only? Does it do it in both handheld and docked?
I believe so.
That's rough.
It's literally the console something shorted.
Sounds like
Yeah.
something wrong with the graphics card itself, right?
It's, I don't know.
Hard to say. Yeah.
Come on, Nvidia.
Whoa. I wouldn't blame Nvidia necessarily for this one.
Yeah, no.
But yeah, that game's pretty fun. If she likes that game, I'm thinking I want to try to get her to play Torchlight,
Mm.
because we can play that together online as well.
You know, that's a game that should come to Switch.
That's true. Torchlight's just a good game in general.
Yeah.
So wherever it can go,
Yeah.
it should go. But I'll try to get her to play that game, see if she likes that. The other games I've played this week, I don't know if you mentioned in your talk of Rainbow Six Siege, but we actually all played Rainbow Six Siege.
Oh, no, I did not mention
together.
that. I didn't mention that. I'm sorry.
Yeah, we all played it together, and I'm really liking Montaigne
Mm-hmm.
just because
I actually like it too.
I'm not great at precision shooting necessarily. Like, I can do it in a pinch, but like just generally I'm not the greatest at that. I'm more about trying to tell people information, and pretty much what I would do with Montaigne is just walk into a room, back up into a corner, and just say they're over there.
And it fucking worked.
Yeah.
We won the shit out of that round. I remember that round very clearly, actually. You basically called out exactly where everyone was, and then we just came in and cleaned up.
Mm-hmm.
It was good.
And I like that gameplay style. And defensively, I've been playing a lot of, what's it? Pulse? Pulse is his name.
Oh, yeah, Pulse.
I like the doctor guy as well.
Doc.
Just dock.
Just Doc.
Yeah.
Offense, I like Montaigne. I
Mhm.
like Sledge.
Mm-hmm.
I like a lot of the simpler characters, I guess.
Like the base operators.
Yeah. There was another one I was playing. I can't remember, but
What was the ability? Do you remember?
that's what I'm trying to remember.
Oh, okay.
Was it another shield guy or no?
Was it Bandit?
No.
Jaeger? Should I just go through all the names?
No,
Thermite?
it's fine. No, it's fine. But yeah, mostly Montaigne. And yeah, that game's really fun. I'm still not great at, I don't know the maps, so like
Dude,
call outs are hard.
Me neither.
Yeah, call outs are hard for me. It's also tough because sometimes characters, at least for me, blend into the environment more than I'm comfortable with. So like, sometimes there'll be a character directly in front of me and I just don't see them until
No.
I'm already dead.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, well, I guess that was bound to happen.
Yeah.
And yeah, that game's really fun, at least with other people. I played it solo a couple times and it's fine. Like it's still fun, but it's hard to do call outs. It's hard to like,
The community's
know.
not great.
yeah, they could be better. Every community's bad in their own way.
I
feel
feel
like
like just
this
stick
one's-
with our 5.
Yeah,
That's fun.
honestly, when you play with 5, it's fine. Yeah, like even when we were losing, I was still having a lot of fun.
Yeah. And like it's like me and Tony weren't doing too great, but
But
like
you guys are like
we still
Those are my
did
first
what we
casual
could.
matches ever.
Yeah.
We still did what we could, and it was fun to
and
do.
we won
so.
a couple,
Yeah, we won a few.
Yeah.
I thought we won like
3, I think 3 or 4.
out of
Yeah.
like 7, so it wasn't that bad.
I think we lost more than we won.
Yeah,
But
so
I think it was like 50-50, like out of 8 games. I want to say
yeah, it was like 7 or 8, something like that.
Yeah. that's
Yeah.
good.
But yeah, that was fun. The other thing I've been playing is the SNES Mini,
No,
Classic.
nice. The
So-
SNES.
the SNES. I've been playing some old
Bless you.
Donkey Kong Country. Remember that old game?
So
The
freaking
real
hard.
question is, does it hold up? Do most of those games hold up?
The ones that I've played, yes. Mega Man X is another one I've been playing, and that game is still very solid.
Oh yeah.
Controls are tight.
Oh, Mega Man.
It's gonna blow your mind.
Yeah, controls are tight. The combat is, it's Mega Man, so it's not super complex, but it's still good.
Riding on cars.
Riding on cars.
I would say Mega Man has probably one of the most iconic deaths in video games.
Yeah, his little explosion.
Is there anyone that dies in a more iconic way than him?
Dies in a more iconic way? I guess maybe Mario when he falls down a pit and he does or no, just when he dies in general, he does that little
The jump up thing? Yeah.
beep, 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 and he like falls off screen kind of a thing.
The only one I can think of right now is
Pac-Man.
like Snake, Solid Snake. Snake, Snake, Snake.
Oh, like the cinematic portion of that. Yeah. Yeah, I think Mario,
Pac-Man.
Mega Man, Pac-Man's is pretty good. Yeah.
Wow,
People
this is
recognize
basically a
that
discussion topic in itself.
Yeah.
Yeah, best character deaths.
Maybe we should save it for another time. But yeah, it's pretty cool.
But yeah, Mega Man.
Anyone in
played some-
Tekken
Yeah.
or Soul Calibur because you can kill him over and over.
Yeah, just
I was gonna say
over and
Tekken,
over.
no, because when people die in Tekken, all they do is like they just do that weird lifting their body up,
Oh, yeah.
just like decompressing back into the ground.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's Soul Calibur.
I also played Street Fighter 2. And
Hell yeah.
oh my god, that is a
best.
hard to control
Yeah.
game.
That's so
Like
hard.
I've been playing, Dragon Ball Fighter Z. I've played some other fighting games in the past, and going back to that game is like
On a D-pad.
on a D-pad. It's like treading through molasses,
Yeah.
man. It's so hard to do anything. Like I was trying to do a Sonic Boom, like the most basic guile thing. I just couldn't fucking do
Dude,
it.
my brother was kicking my ass in that game when we first got the SNES. I was just like, I don't want to play this anymore because obviously this is your time, old man.
Half circle light punch, man.
I can do.
I tried.
Well, I can do like Hadoukens and I can do
Or
Shoryukens,
semicircle, sorry.
but like the charge moves, like Guile's Sonic Boom or Bison's Psycho Crusher or whatever that's called. They're fucking hard on the SNES. I don't know. It's really weird. I just can't pull it off. But me and Kelsey were playing that, and like the best characters we could play with were like E Honda and Blanca because all you had to do was push a button a bunch of times to do a move.
Man, that game has some of the most like quotable lines. Like, Yoga Fire,
Yeah.
Yoga Flame,
Tiger uppercut.
Tiger.
Shoryuken.
God, it's
So
funny.
good.
It's funny to play these games and like see the origins of a lot of the things that are now commonly used. Like I don't know what it is, but Donkey Kong's music and like the way that you control the character and everything, it feels so good even now. They did such a good job with that game. Not a good game, but yes, it is a good game. They did such a good game with that job. And Rareware
kinda makes
really,
sense.
Yeah.
really hit it out of the park with that game. I gotta say.
Rare.
Yeah, poor Rare. What was their latest thing?
Sea of
Puddle
Thieves.
of Thieves?
Yeah.
I'm gonna make that joke every chance I
No
get.
Man's Sea.
Yeah.
Oh god.
No Man's Sea is my
Even No
favorite.
Man's Sky has more playability than
Yeah.
Sea of Thieves.
Especially with the new updates.
I mean, I think, well, apparently they do have updates that they're still being really vague about, but yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of a sad affair. I'm trying to think if I played anything else this week. I played a little more League of Legends.
Oh, boy.
With friends, I'd hope.
Yes, with friends.
Okay.
Um,
That's the only way I'd forgive you.
Well, yeah. And the other thing about that game is if you just don't give a shit, which I know is hard, but if you don't give a shit, it doesn't matter. Like, I used to get really frustrated in that game and like, quite honestly, kind of mad, But like, I just don't give a shit anymore.
That really applies to most aspects in life. If you don't give a
It's-
shit, it doesn't matter.
It's true. But like I was playing the character Eloy. I don't know if you know that.
It's the tentacle bitch, right?
Yeah. Eloy.
Tentacle later. Tentacle
I think
lady.
stop saying bitch.
And I was kicking a Riven's ass. Right.
Mm-hmm.
It was fantastic.
Oh yeah, Riven has seemingly no chance actually against an Illinois.
That's not true, but
Seems like it. It seems like it based on their kits.
Another
Ilo-
statement by
Illinois would-
Tony. Another definitive from Tony.
I said seems like it.
well, because like she
That's not
didn't
definitive.
try to harass me much, and I would just do the quick little jump strike, walk away, jump strike, walk away, and eventually she was just so weak that she couldn't actually come close to me. And eventually, like
This top
I
lane?
got to this is top lane, and I got to the point where I literally could like 1v5 their entire team and win. It was just like, I don't know how you fed me this hard, but
It's tentacle power.
it was great. I would just like, they'd all be on me. I'd jump, spawn
yeah, I
7
bet they were.
tentacles,
Oh,
and then just smash them down on their faces. They all die. It was great.
it's like,
Nice.
is this League of Legends or is this some kind of,
Yeah.
explicit
Oh, you know.
Japanese animation of sorts?
But it's also kind of weird going back.
They're all on me, and then I spawned my tentacles and slammed it on their face.
Anytime I'm about to play Aloy, I'm saying I'm bringing hentai back. That's all. Like, I have to say it every time.
Star Guardian Eloy coming
Star
next.
Guardian Aloy. And then the other character I was playing a bunch, not on purpose, but in ARAM, I got Vagar like multiple times.
Jesus. Sorry, I'm triggered from the times I had to play against you as Vagar.
Dude, Vagar, like, I don't know. It's really interesting going back again, actually, and seeing the changes they made to some of these characters to try to balance them, you know? Vagar just gains AP when hitting a spell on a champion now instead of killing a
them?
minion.
Oh
Hitting
God.
a spell on a champion gives them an AP every time.
That seems pretty
But isn't
good.
it a skill shot now?
Yeah, it's a skill shot, but all of his spells,
Oh,
all
it
of them
doesn't
give
matter.
him AP every time he hits you with one. And so, like, if you just do the typical stun into W into Q, that's 3 AP just from hitting spells, right?
Well, good thing I can't hit spells.
But I remember in ARAM, like, I had 1,500 AP. And so I would just walk up to somebody, ult them, and they would die.
Sounds like you could walk up to someone, cue them, and they would die.
Well, they had, so their tank
They
would
got
come
magic
at
resistance.
me.
Got
Their
it.
tank would come at me. I would break his bubbles thing. I forget what it's called with Q. Ult him, and he would just be dead. And he was just like, well, I guess we lose. It was like, yeah, I guess. I hit people with a lot of spells.
Feels bad, man. I mean, feels good, man.
Oh, it feels real good.
Feels real
Especially when a
good, man.
fizz is coming at you, just blow his.
fizz. Oh god. Like as a person, when I didn't really enjoy playing that game in general, but like whenever I played normals and stuff, and I generally pick squishy characters because I'm a support player.
Yeah, yeah. It's like
Fizz.
Oh, Fizz is one of those
He's
rage-inducing
the-
Either
characters.
he dicks on me or he dicks on my AD carry, who then dicks on me verbally.
Yeah.
Yep.
And that's the problem with
It's your
League of
fault.
Legends.
Yeah.
And that's why I've only been playing with friends pretty much when I can. It's because as long as no one gives a shit, it doesn't matter, right?
Yeah.
And it's like we have a
Sound logic.
we have a range of skill sets, right? So like there's a guy, his girlfriend, and then a couple of his friends and then me on a team. And like we're all pretty ranged in skill. I mean I don't want to like toot my own horn, but
So you
like
play only range characters?
no.
Oh.
like not so great to pretty good, you know? And we don't care if someone dies a lot or if they feed in a game, and then we just play another one. It doesn't matter, you know? And that really helps. The thing with the League community is it is toxic as fuck.
Yeah, honestly, with
It's
online
so
games in
bad.
general, it's like your mindset going into it matters a lot.
Yep.
Yeah. And like I remember still after a couple post games where like the other team had won, right? But then they just have to throw in their
GG easy.
not even just GG easy to say, man, that guy totally sucked. This guy is a clown. Or like, you know, just like literally someone said you're a clown. I'm like, are you 5?
Maybe.
At least curse at me if you're going to call me out or something, you know? But yeah, so community makes a big difference. League of Legends, it's only good with other people.
You should have just said you're a professional clown. It's like, yeah, that's actually my day.
Yeah.
job.
Yeah.
How did you know?
Also, I
I do
fucked your
birthday-
mother.
I do birthday
Oh.
parties with tentacles.
Come on me. I'll show you the tentacle show.
You should have worded that different.
I mean, come in me.
Come at me?
Come at me, bro.
Come inside. No, that's wrong.
Don't at me.
Don't at me.
Don't at me, bro.
All right. But yeah, that's what I've been playing this week. So
Cool.
how about Tony?
I've been playing a few games. One that you actually both missed. We played Vermintide 2,
God, yeah, you're right.
and then the servers decided to crap out.
Well, on
Or-
That was
Order.
actually my fault. I think literally my computer couldn't handle that game with the amount of RAM that it was on, and it crashed.
Oh, okay.
And
Since you
then-
were the host,
and then
it
since I was the
booted
host-
us off.
But I think it should have continued you off from where
Where we
you left
were.
off instead of
Yeah,
resetting. Then yeah,
I do have a complaint for.
yeah,
Come on.
me.
Come on,
God,
Warhammer
what?
people.
Oh,
Come
No,
on,
like-
Games Workshop.
Yeah, like, why is it peer to peer?
I mean, with 4 players, it makes sense. But it should also be the case that if the host leaves it replaces the host and keeps you where you are.
Yeah, it did replace it. But
There
it
are
started
better
over.
ways to P2P
Yeah.
than what is present in that game.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
with 4 players, I totally get P2P. Fighting games are P2P because it's just one-on-one.
Right.
Up to 4 makes sense. But again, host migration.
When you start getting like 8 people in like For Honor, that's when like
Yeah.
Yeah, luckily they got rid of that.
yeah, and host migration is important.
Yes.
So hopefully they fix that.
Yeah, we'll see how that goes. But yeah, we played Vermintide too.
Yeah.
together.
You were playing the Fire Lady, right?
Yeah,
Sienna.
Sienna.
Yeah.
She's pretty good.
They're all good.
I like her ult now. I figured out how it works.
Yeah.
She kind of teleports to
Yeah, she
that
teleports in the
spot,
line, yeah.
and the trail that she leaves behind burns everybody in the path.
Nice.
What else? Like you said, we played Rainbow Six Siege.
Those are your first casual games, right?
My first casual games
How'd you
ever
like
in
it?
that game. I like it a lot. I want to play it more and get better at it.
Get good.
I had some.
Yes, more
I won the
converts.
game though twice with some Twitch kills there.
Yes, you did.
Yeah, that was
yes, you did.
crazy.
Okay, so the weird thing about your aim is that you have such weird sporadic aiming that it almost looks like you're scripted in a way. Like
Just looking in one spot. Oh my god, they're over there. Turn and shoot him
like
immediately.
it's not smooth at all the way you would like aim. Like it doesn't look human the way you aim. And then all of a sudden you would lock your reticle onto the guy's head and shoot him. And the best part was you didn't even kit out your gun. Like there's no attachments on it. It was literally iron sights.
Yeah, I was playing as
onto
a recruit because I didn't pick some.
Yeah, onto a guy through the hatch, and I was like, no, Tony, how are you? Oh, what? That was literally what I was like. I was like about to yell at you for the way you were like looking at random spots where they would never appear. Like through like
I didn't know the
reinforced
map. I
walls.
was like, is
and
it there?
then you looked up at the hatch as soon as the guy appeared, and you shot him in the head, and I was like, well, fuck, great. It's amazing.
My only kills were on recruit.
Maybe you're just a recruit main. Okay, just for those who are listening that don't know much about this game, so basically, like Rainbow Six Siege has operators akin to like League of Legends champions, but if you don't pick an operator, it'll give you a recruit, which is like a vanilla character with no special abilities other than like an additional gadget instead of like a special ability. So, for example, you know how like all operators will have like grenades or like razor wire or like a reinforced
there's
shield wall.
something.
Yeah. So a recruit will have a second one of those instead of an ability. And all of like there's different loadouts for a recruit, but then none of the weapons actually have any attachments or anything on them. Like you can't customize them at all. So
Yeah,
like
iron sights are garbage in that game. That was hard.
yeah. not great.
I'm still surprised you got that. That was the weirdest looking
Fucking
kill.
Yeah.
I happened to see him walking because of my weird sporadic aiming, I guess.
Yeah.
Just locked on.
But it was great because it was lucky because I think he had an SMG.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I think
those
it-
do shit damage.
Yeah, so a
Fire
headshot
range.
is basically exactly what you needed.
I have
Because
to say, you didn't even notice. I don't think. Maybe you did, but I wasn't even there for the beginning at all.
No, I know you weren't.
I was not at my computer.
No, yeah.
And then I come
we
back.
remember.
No,
we were there.
we commented. And I was like, oh well, Tony's not here because we noticed you picked recruit, and there's no reason for you to
Yeah.
choose recruit unless you were AFK. So I was like, is he ever coming back? And then later on,
I
you
just
started
came
moving,
back
and I was
and
like, oh
then-
yeah, he's
and then
back.
win the game.
Yeah, he's back.
then you shot a guy.
Yeah, so it's good because like you randomly got given the loadout that had the SMG, which means that you had a faster ADS than like a LMG,
Yeah, it was pretty snappy.
Yeah, so like
Even though you can't see
I feel like
shit.
if you had literally any other gun, you would have died because you wouldn't have had the time to react fast enough to kill him, but like you totally fucking nailed him.
Pretty amazing. But aside from recruit, the actual people that I have been playing
Nice.
are what's his name? Capcam.
Capcan, the
Capcans.
traps.
Yeah.
He's
The
really fun to play.
entry denial devices.
I got a kill with him too.
Yes, you did. You got
That
a
was so funny.
You got a game-winning kill with it.
Winning trap kill,
Just tripped over a wire and exploded.
and I was already dead.
And the great thing about that game is like the way people die in that game is so hilarious because like the physics make like they just bounce. They
And
just
that
like
was that poor Blitz. He was just walking by, just creeping up.
and then
Just
boom.
Did you know those traps used to insta kill? Like do all like enough damage to just kill because right now they do 55 damage.
That's just over half.
So
Just
he was,
over half.
He was hurt then.
So he was hurt.
Oh, okay. That
But
was
like
lucky.
yeah, but in the beginning, I think you get 6 of those traps. You got 100 damage traps that were basically insta kill. So he was way more of a threat, but like I think he's more balanced now. I think he's still fun to use.
Yeah, his guns are pretty good too.
Yeah.
I think so. Capcan and I played a little bit of Montaigne too. I think it was only one round. He's fun, but I think the other main defense
You got a shield guy too, right? You're playing a different
I was playing
one.
Fuse for a little
Fuse,
bit.
that's right.
Mhm.
A
That's
couple
right.
rounds.
Fuse
He's
is fun.
I'm trying to think of who I picked the most for offense.
Do you remember the ability by any chance?
I think it was Fuse you played the most.
No.
Was it
I played him for like
Thermite?
two
Thermite?
games.
Ash?
You were playing Ash a couple times.
I did. Yeah, I didn't get a chance to use her though, because whenever we got in, I just died. I didn't use any abilities or anything.
Yeah, it happens.
IQ? No.
I picked her once, but didn't use it.
Yeah, I would say IQ's is kind of fumbly to use a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you can't really aim and use it at the same time.
I mean, yeah.
it's hard.
It's hard to, yeah.
I
And
think
with
I
that
like-
blue filter, it's kind of hard to see enemies too.
Yeah, I like Fuse. I played Pulse a couple times too.
Yeah.
I'd like Fuse and Pulse. They're
Yeah,
cool.
honestly, all those base operators are super solid.
Yeah.
Like some of them are like better, some are more fun than others, but like I would say that they're all like equally fun to use as like all the DLC operators.
Oh, I doubled with Glaz for a little bit.
Oh, that's
in the
right,
beginning.
that's right.
And then you were like, I'm going to stop playing Glass now.
Yeah, I've realized why he's just not that great and competitive.
Mm-hmm. Like against humans, yeah.
Yeah,
Like he has his uses, but it's just
he does. I mean, smoke grenades, and I mean it's a great combo, but you just can't be in the action because you'll die.
well, yeah.
Basically,
That sounds right.
you got to be kind of outside. I don't know how to play it.
How to position yourself.
I don't
in a
know if you
way.
know this, but Glaz's rifle is the most powerful in the game, meaning
Yes.
he could shoot through windows that like reinforced windows. Like there's an airplane map where no one else could shoot through those airplane windows besides Glaz. Also, you know how it takes a lot of bullets to break a wooden reinforcement?
Yeah, his is 3.
His is only 3
right?
shots,
Yeah.
similar to like how many times you'd have to melee something. And he could also break hatches using his gun as well.
Yep. Also 3 shots or 2.
Yeah. Might be 1 or 2 shots, or I think it's 2 or 3 shots.
for hatches.
Yeah, because typically you'd only be able to break those with I want to say shotguns or like heavy machine guns, but with his, yeah, it's like 2 shots and you can take out a hatch.
He's strong, but I don't have that kind of tactile response.
Yeah,
be good
shield
with him.
boys. We got to just learn
Yeah.
to be the
Shield
shield
boys for
boys.
days.
Fuse
Yeah.
is fun. You just kind of go in and
You have to be careful though. My tip is fuse. When you fuse something, walk away from the fuse device because I know there are times where you're thinking like it should just shoot into the next room. I have fused onto a bookshelf where the bookshelf is like right next to the ceiling. So the grenades
landed on it.
the grenades were basically right under my feet and they instantly killed me. So whenever you fuse something, just walk away because you never know what's underneath unless you
Okay.
really know the map.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't.
That's
so
fair.
I'll do that. Another one I've been playing, I recently got Ni no Kuni 2,
Ooh.
and it is pretty fun. I like the game a lot.
Nice.
I've only played
You didn't play the first one, did you?
No,
Okay.
but this one apparently is nowhere near that game.
Oh yeah, I believe there is a correction from
There is
last
a correction.
week. Yes.
It is not turn-based at all whatsoever. It is
Heyo.
instance-based, I would call it.
Instance.
Where like an enemy will run up to you on the map, or you will run up to it, and then you'll engage in combat. But it's just hack and slash combat, or you can do spells and stuff.
Okay.
There is no turn-based anything. You just fight all of the things at once, and you can activate your Higgledies.
Are those like the
Yeah.
Pokemon
Support
looking things,
damage.
the Pikmin things?
To me, they look more like Kodamas. than
Kodamas.
anything.
Okay.
Kodamas. Yeah, that makes sense.
Like
Okay.
in the actual menu options where you have like equipment and party members, the party member symbol is a freaking Kodama. Like it looks exactly like the ones in Spirited Away, just exactly. However, in the game, they're a little more like they have like squiggly drawn, like let's say you just drew a weird circle squiggle with your pen. That's what their eyes look like.
Oh, okay. So it almost looks like they're insane.
Well, it's just like crazy doodle
He
eyes.
said crazy.
Crazy.
Like it looks like it's drawn
doodle
with
eyes.
pencil. Like
Yeah.
you just go and make a circle motion over and over in squiggles. And
I know what you mean.
I think in anime that means they're tired or crazy.
Yeah.
they are a little
typically.
nutsos.
Okay.
But I unlocked a few. I have 4 different ones now: green, purple, white, and actually 2 green ones.
Do you like catch them in the wild, or do you just unlock them sort of like you unlock abilities?
So the first one you get from this
Like a story quest.
lady's house.
Oh, okay.
Not even. So once you get out of the main palace, which gets overrun by the rats race. The guy like killed the current king's dad apparently, and you were supposed to be the next heir, but the rat race became chosen as king by the kingmaker, which I believe, I haven't determined if that's the sword or the beast dragon thing that gave him the sword.
Sounding pretty
That's
I wouldn't say JRPG. It sounds very what's it
It's
called?
like anime.
Yeah, like anime or like fuck. What's the studio? Ghibli?
Ghibli?
It is very Studio Ghibli.
Like very
Ghibli?
fantasy
Is
anime.
it Ghibli or Ghibli?
I always said Ghibli, but it's probably Ghibli because it's GH.
Ghibli.
I imagine that H gives it a
The G.
harder.
The G instead of the J.
Yeah,
That's
just
a
phonetically how that would work. It probably is Ghibli.
hooked on phonics. Technically, it'd be Hibli.
Ghibli. But anyway, are you gonna play the
Yeah, I'm gonna.
pronunciation?
Ghibli.
It is Ghibli. Okay,
Oh,
there you go.
all right.
Well,
Ghibli.
in Japanese, Ghibli.
Okay, that makes sense then.
So yeah, the game is very Studio Ghibli-esque.
Cool.
The weird thing is, so it is anime style, but has that weird 3D effect to it.
Like the cell shading.
Like it reminds me a lot of Tales of Symphonia, but
Oh yeah.
a
Okay.
lot better looking.
Well, I mean, GameCube versus PS4. I
What
hope
is the
so.
last Tales game? Berseria?
I honestly don't remember.
I have
I
heard
only
it
ever
compared to
pl-
Tales games.
I only ever played Tales of Symphonia,
Same.
which is a great game, by the
It
way.
is good. This is better, I think.
Cool.
The story is great. I've been playing as the president. I tried playing as the king. He's just almost purely magic based, but he does have a.
Do you have like a party that you
Yeah.
play with? Oh, okay.
So right now I only have 2 people. I just added a third person who's a pirate
Hell yeah.
pirate
pirates.
daughter. So I don't know what her skills are yet. I haven't.
Is it Tetra from Wind Waker?
No, she can't. Well, these are air pirates, or I think they call them. Or
So like airship pirates?
yeah, they have these like plane things and live in the mountain areas.
Cool.
But it's fun. Like you go out and then the world map, you turn into chibi.
Oh, yeah.
So when you fight things, and then when you engage in the combat, they turn into regular size, and you just hack. It's pretty. I like it.
Cool.
I do agree though that the combat is extremely easy. Like there is almost no challenge.
Is there a difficulty rating that
No.
you can turn on? Oh, okay. Maybe it'll get harder when it gets later? Because I heard it's a long game.
It is, and there's even base building elements later on, and it gets pretty.
In depth.
Yeah, and you have to really maintain stuff.
Cool.
But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Again, I've only played for like 3 or 4 hours, so I'm not that far.
And you're not
at
20
all.
hours in yet.
No.
Good lord, don't remind me. I really
Yeah.
want to complete that game.
Yeah, I feel. I mean, I've been hearing people that have been playing this for 100 hours. I haven't even finished anything about it yet.
Yeah. I played the first one for a bit, and that game really, there's a lot to it.
Yeah.
Surprising amount, really.
Yeah, so we'll see how far this goes. What else did I play? I did play the Retribution event in Overwatch,
Nice.
which I agree, it's a little lackluster. The scenario was kind of cool, I guess. All of these weird things appear. I mean, I ended up only getting to play
Reaper?
Reaper.
Okay.
How'd you know? Yeah.
I think it's the first time they straight up depicted a human killing another human, I want to say.
Yeah, it's always been
robots.
for
Oh yeah, I want to say Reaper just
everything.
straight up fucking killed that guy, right?
Yeah.
He shot
did.
him with a shotgun and he fell through a window. I want to say he's dead.
Yeah.
I mean,
And then McCree's like, what
technically,
the fuck?
technically, you kill each other every day in that game.
Yep, over and over again, in fact, because you respawn.
Yeah.
But
He'll be fine. He'll respond.
yeah. But yeah, it's just it wasn't as fun as the Blackwatch one.
The Blackwatch one?
The
You mean
Uprising
the
event?
Uprising one, sorry.
Crisis?
I just feel like Uprising was too long.
They were very long maps, but I felt they were more fun in general.
That's fair.
There's a lot because they were that long. There was more to do. This was just kind of defeat the hordes, get on the helicopter. That's it. Sweet.
All right.
Very short. Although I wonder what it's like in Legendary difficulty or whatever it is, but I'm sure impossible.
I wonder if it's going to be like, how would you say it compares difficulty-wise to the Junkenstein event?
Not even close. Junkenstein is way harder.
No, they're both pretty easy. Like, I mean, to be fair, I only played the new event on normal, but Junkenstein on normal and this on normal is about the same.
Okay.
Like, there's no challenge. It's just, kill waves of shit.
Okay.
Like, I guess you could say Junkenstein is a little harder just because, like,
The
I guess
boss characters.
it's more yeah. Yeah.
Specifically
'Cause,
Mercy.
Like your doors or whatever will take damage sometimes on normal difficulty,
Yeah.
but like on
Legendary.
the new event on normal, it's
Oh.
like it's fucking brain dead, and like you just
You just kill people.
Yeah, and plus
Yeah.
the people you get for this mode are insanely compatible. So, like you get Moira, Reaper, McCree, and Genji.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
I don't know. It just seemed really fucking boring. There's no like real incentive to do the harder difficulties unless you really want those sprays.
That's unfortunate.
But
it's
it's
okay.
more just about just fucking getting your arcade boxes.
Okay.
So
Yep.
Anything else?
Mm,
I don't think so.
Okay.
all right, well. That's pretty much it. Starting next week, we're going to be Starting next week, we will begin bringing in discussion topics at the very end of the podcast. We're going to be trying to streamline a little bit more in terms of time management, but be talking about like random topics, sometimes game related, sometimes not, for like 15 to 20 minutes. So look forward to that.
Yeah, we also opened it up to any of you if you have your own topics you like to talk about.
Yeah, feel free
Send
to
it in.
email us.
Email at csdcast.com. It is that simple.
That's simple. Well, preferably in English. We can try some translation tech, but
Yeah, Google,
Simple's
Google
a hard
Translate.
programming language.
Yeah.
Let's not let them give it to us in simple.
Just write it in normal HTML that it
Oh.
sends in.
good
no.
lord. Well,
Well, fine. Write it in text.
all right, never
At
mind.
least
Never mind. No more
JavaScript,
topics. We're
which
done.
displays in.
We'll just come. Yeah.
But anyway, again, if you have a topic of your own you'd like us to discuss, just send it on in.
Yeah. Well,
Email at csdcast.com.
sounds good. Smells good.
Yeah,
Tastes good.
it does.
It must be good.
Yeah. Must be covered in tentacles. Wait, what?
Mm.
Anyway, that's going to be enough salt for us today. Thanks so much. Thank you so much
Well,
for
thanks for
listening
so
in
much
this
too.
week. And we will be back next week.
See you.
See you later.
Bye.